Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, alien watcher, rewatcher, wait watcher, whatever. Welcome to my channel, to the English stream. With me today here is the one and only crazy running Disturb.
Good evening, everyone.
And the same as me not running, Irrsinreiner.
Good evening.
And hello, guys. How are you doing? Can't believe that we are really on Thursday streaming the English stream as intended, and that Disturb is with me here. Happy that you made it.
Thursday has come round very quickly this week.
Yeah. In Germany it's Father's Day, where you praise the father. No, wait. It's where very young stupid boys with a lot of alcohol go through the streets, and in the night you can collect them on the sideways.
They're kind of like a holiday everywhere.
Quacker evening all. Turanian modding, good evening. Yeah, the good thing, Gibis, hello. Henshin King, hey. The good thing is that those are not even fathers, and with them drinking that much, they prevent it, at least for today, to become one. So.
Probably good that they aren't.
Oh boy. Did you watch the videos that I posted from the mixer wagon in real life?
I did not yet. No, I've been at work all day.
It was so interesting to see this little baby here in real life and seeing how compact it is really in real life. I kind of fell in love twice today with it. Good evening, Deutsche. And yeah, I will show you today a little bit of the feeding. I hope that it works. I mean, I'm basically the man made to fail showing stuff with the feeding. It's always this little bit of a little bit too much in the mixer, and oh no. So I prepared one, and we will do the other live. With live failing.
Got the DJ Goham version loaded up where you can just put in one thing and get TMR?
No, you can put in two things and get TMR at the moment.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's because per day I have to feed 120,000 liters of food.
That's because you have it set up on silly mode.
No, it's on realistic mode. My babies, my girls, they eat a lot. They have a lot of output, and so they need a lot of input.
I guess the more you put in, the more you get back out the other end.
Yeah. No, it's just I got it on 10% grass silage, 10% maize silage as minimum, so that I can do the fast feeding, because in the evening I have to feed when we go to sleep for the next day, and the next morning I have to feed again. And now we are on a stable mixing ratio, so that we can really figure out now if the usage is okay or not, because my girls switch soon from 27 to 28. That means 27 is when they give birth. Yeah, they are already giving milk now, and they kind of need more than before. But after 4 weeks of being a mother, they learn how stressful it is, and they use much more
binge
food.
Eating.
Yeah, then they start eating. No, when they are in the full milking capacity, they will need the most. So it's
28 months is when they reach proper maturity, and the next step in feeding kicks in.
Andreas Stromberger, hello. You fell in love twice already and haven't even had food yet. No, why are you not on the server, Modelleicher? Do I have to feed your cows too?
At least you have to feed cows. If you're playing without MaizePlus, you feed them 2 or 3 times a year and you're done.
Yeah, funny thing. the cow pasture. Rainer told me, well, since we are playing, I never had to fill up the water. I think we have to look into it. And I looked into it, and I totally forgot to put the water into the ratio.
Well, not all of the pastures need water, do they?
No. Just the outside pastures, the normal got water. Luckily, you fed them earlier. Doesn't prevent you from coming into the stream, so you can be here. Oh, I quite filled up a little bit too much, I guess. But never mind, I will do a little bit in this one, also with the beet shreds and with the sugar beet cut and with the potato cut. Farmer R, good evening.
I guess with how it's set up with the parallel feeding in MaizePlus, it doesn't matter if you put too much of one in, because you can just go and dump it in and it'll count against one of the 4 bars anyway. Maybe.
Yes. No.
Sort of. If it's the right food type.
Yeah, you can put it in singly, of course, but if the capacity is full and you have no power food in it.
Yeah, I guess you need to be careful to maintain the ratio, don't you?
Yeah. And for the release version, the different ratios will have different impact on the sliders.
Okay.
So depending on which feeding type you prefer, you have to really think of what you are doing. That means that not every ratio is giving the same amount of slider filling. So maybe you like making hay and you want to feed the roughage your own. Then you use a mixing ratio that makes sure that you can do it.
Interesting. So I'm guessing as well that puts more weight on things like the power food, which are mineral feed and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the way we really love it, but it's the way you can do it at the moment to make it a little bit more interesting and realistic. These are here the potato cut, by the way. And the others are the sugar beet cut. With I think the biggest change that we have now within the testing is making the fresh food, the grass more worth.
Yeah, so you can do the indirect grazing and cover most of the feed requirements.
Yeah, because normally grass is that what it does.
I'm looking forward to that feature.
And this will be also within MaizePlus, not with the Terra Life features. I mean, it will be with the Terra Life features too, but it will come now with the MaizePlus, so you don't have to wait for Terra Life. I'm not sure if it is the perfect solution that we have, or not the perfect, but the most effective version or possibility that we can do with the Thanksgiving. Or things given. So I mean, we are open to suggestions and all that stuff, but it works pretty much at the moment the way that you can choose for your own liking the feeding. You can do it in grass, maize, feed, or grass, maize, molasses, mineral feed, blah 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 blah. So you can do it easy or hard, as you want to or as you have to. For my example, I had to do it the easy way because
you're just trying to get through lots of testing.
Yeah, and with the big amount of food that I need or that my girls need, it wasn't easier to do the other way.
Or both need. You know, you need your pizza.
Who? What? What?
You need to eat too, you know.
Yeah, but not today.
No. Question from Quacker about how many preset feed mixes are built in, and I think it's 10. Is it?
No,
Okay.
we
Or you
decreased.
scaled it back. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a limit to how many you could have in the animal food editions?
There's no limit for having, but there's a limit for the effort people want to put into it. The way it is that you need for the texts. Wait. Those texts from the categories, they are of course all in the L10N texts, but also are the food types and the mixing ratio. I cannot switch now because I have something in here. Wait. When you switch the mixing ratio, those names, dairy, cattle to pig food, standard mixture, realistic mixture, beef. So let's count. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With pig food, you got 6 ratios. So they are all within the mod desk with the L10N texts. So of course you have to do this your own if you change your recipe by name, or if you put in a new one, you have to make the fill type for it and all that stuff. It's really easy done if you know how to do it. But is it necessary to have more than
6 different feed ratios in one game?
Yeah, I think it's easier to swap the animal food XML when you really want to do other ratios or mixtures. Wait, it's a little bit loud. So, yeah. Eric the Crazy Viking. Hey, you Alien Paul, have a great stream. Thank you. We're trying to. Daryl Davis, hello. Looking forward to this. Yeah, we too. Dazed, hey. How much did patch 1.5 break? I saw they took note of your feed mix displaying outside of the mixer. It's a very sad story with the Giants patching, to be honest. A lot of people have a lot of trouble with the patches because things are not working, and we don't. There's no problem at all. Everything is working, everything is fine. So very big kisses and hugs out to Modelleicher. He did a very good job, and Giants did a very good job in the patches. So
I think you went through your share of pain just getting to the point where you had something that was stable and worked, and that's probably the pain that Modelleicher went through to get you there. Saved you the pain in the updates.
Yeah, we went through a lot of pain. I mean, I would say with everything below patch 1.4 was a pain in the butthole. A big one. Not the butthole, but the pain.
I'm saying nothing about the size of your butt.
Kilian, moin. Yeah, but they got it. They really are doing a good job. I mean, even Mr. Marcel visited the stream the other day and asked, okay, what did break? And I said, well, first of all, a big thank you to Giants, to Lizartan and his community team, that they listened, that they brought over the message to the developers and the other way around, and I have nothing to complain about. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that our team, Modelleicher, could really complain about is I have no clue if anything changed with the shifting, to be honest, and I don't care because
because you're using the mod.
Because the rugby from Modelleicher is working fine, so I don't give a damn.
I don't think I've noticed any difference. and in the little bit that I've played since the update,
Yeah.
I don't think there's any difference in the gearboxes.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, we are in a very lucky position that if something annoys Modelleicher so much that he really says, I can't play the game without it, I have to change it.
He just goes and makes a new version for you.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we can wait for 6 weeks to do 3 little updates on MaizePlus, but because he doesn't care, he doesn't do it. Yeah, so it's a win-lose situation. No, but to be honest, it's really I'm really happy about the way Giants changed their patch policy. Back in the days, we all were complaining about Giants not reacting on issue reports and all that stuff. And the funny thing is, with a really one eye crying, is now that they react really fast, in my opinion, really fast for the complexity of the changes they have to make and all that stuff. Of course, we get more patches.
Yeah.
But it's good the way it is because they react, they change, and the sooner and the faster they react and change stuff, the sooner we have the product we can play on for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. I think the regular patching is not a bad thing as long as they aren't constant and painful.
Rainer, could you post the GitHub link, please, from Modelleicher's Gearbox add-on? Yeah, Quacker, Rainer will post it. It's on GitHub. It's a beta version at the moment. It's for you mortals available. May shall you have? No, of course.
But there's a small fee which is payable directly to.
No, there's no fee. You just have to donate your second child.
You really want a child?
Yeah.
Don't send that donation to me.
No. Do you know what you get for a good capable of working child? No one will donate that much, but no, just funny stuff aside. It's really it's available on GitHub, and if you have any issues with it, or you can report stuff that is not working. Yeah, this is the farmer art. This is what I meant, because I know I met a lot of people who say, "Come on, I got a lot of them. Pick one." This is what I was pointing out in that direction.
From what he's been saying, you don't want any of them.
No, Quaka, really, there's nothing to pay for. Really, that was a joke. I mean, you can donate.
That was me joking.
You can, of course, you can donate, but at the moment, at these hard times, I think everybody has a struggle with money, and so only if you are free to. But it's not why he does it. It's really. I mean, as long as he's not posting the farming agency PayPal donation link that we have made, because he doesn't do any. And so that someone can donate on this PayPal link for him. I don't think you should donate at all. Don't feed the lazy. You can donate.
No children.
Yeah, because Gebes isn't that old either, and he's working in farming. So there are child's work is not in Europe, not that popular. You have to go to big companies like Nike and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, you have to go further east.
You know what I knew what would happen when I watched yesterday on Netflix 2 specials from Ricky Gervais. I knew it would be a very dirty stream today, because I just love this guy. I love his humor, and it's exactly the way it is. Or how I feel it in Farm Sim, when people don't get the object of the joke and take it personally, right?
Yeah.
And this is why I love him so much, because he's doing very clever. He's a very clever comedian, and people always hop on it and Yeah, if you but Quacker, if you want to donate, you can use the Farming Agency PayPal link. It's the one with Bull24. He's our CEO, so he's the financial minister, so to say. And if you put just behind it's for Sam or something like that, he will give it to him immediately.
And the links are in the video description.
Yes, of course it is. And everywhere else. So where was I? Okay. So with the patch policy of Giants, I'm very happy about it. Of course, there are every time you can pick something that you don't like, that is not working as intended or stuff like that, but that happens. But it's on a level where you can really say we have a very good game running. Most of the problems that people report at the moment are sitting really in front of the screen. No, with no offense, because I don't know. I'm not sure if talking about it now makes me vulnerable for it too. But you know the issue with the missing input bindings with the disappearing and all that stuff.
Yep.
None. I have none of these problems.
I do. I have it quite regularly. I think it's because I switch mod folders a lot, and that tends to trigger it.
Yeah. Because new mod folder, new input bindings,
yep.
And so you should really copy your input bindings to the mod folder.
Yeah, I only use the default one, so it's not a problem. I just hit reset. I don't have any custom key bindings anymore. I stopped using those when I had to keep resetting it, and it's just a minor frustration, but it's part of one mod folder per map, and it's a mod folder, not a download folder.
Yeah. This is on the other hand, this is something that you have to tell the people all the time. If I want to feed, I have to feed. I mean, I have to do something.
You need to get to work.
Yeah. Agility, hello and a nice Father's Day. Yeah, for you too. Frankie Boyle, I don't know Frankie Boyle. I think I will have a short look.
I'm pretty sure there's some stuff of his on Netflix.
Yeah, but now me looking on Netflix during the stream would be... Oh, come on, let's watch Netflix together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's a Scotsman. Okay. I think if he's very into the Scottish accent, it will be hard for me to follow. Or we have to do more English streams so that I get more fluent in English.
You need to find a Scottish ambassador.
Yeah, no. I mean with the Irish, it was already with what is his name? Frankie. Someone from the Irish modding community where 4D modding is in also.
Not sure.
So there are some where I really had struggled to understand, but it got better from time to time. So I really have to get back into watching English shows or English movies, not American English movies, but really English stuff, to get back into the dialects from Scotland and from Ireland and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a very different language between English and American.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
for a start, they say Z rather than Z.
You can't let go of it, right? You can't let go of it. Well, I live in Scotland. I'll translate for you. Oh, yeah. Maybe we just should join a Discord voice sometimes, so you can teach me live. I mean, it's not, the translating is not always the best thing to do. Sometimes you really have to listen and use it your own. Back in the days, it was the best experience I had with the complete English speaking stuff was in Battlefield, and I was so far with the communication that I didn't have to think about what to say. Yeah, I was not thinking in German in my head to okay, this means that. It just came out. If you stop thinking in your own language while you're talking to foreigners, it's the best way it can go, because you learn much faster. But you have to do it on a daily basis.
I guess that's partly the speed of having to communicate on a game like Battlefield. You don't have time to think in German and then translate to English and then say it because it's too late.
No, there was a lot of time in between the rounds where we really had a personal, private talking. So really talks, or waiting in the lobby or stuff like that. So not just here, move to point A or whatever. Got your 6. Not this stuff. I mean, really talking. I mean, really talking. Okay. Because they became friends. My first Facebook friend, so to say, was through Battlefield. It was a Swedish guy, then a lot of Scandinavians, then my really beloved Sarah, who is a retired Navy SEAL sharpshooter.
Wow.
She got
That's
retired.
Cool.
Yeah, not really, because she got retired with 28. So if you have to imagine what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most of their buddies, her buddies, were also from the military. So there were a lot of people where I could talk to, and most of them didn't even know that I was from Germany. They said you're speaking better English or American English than most of my comrades do. So it was a good time, but I lost a lot of it. To be honest, I lost really a lot of it.
Yeah, I guess if you're speaking a different language every day, and it's kind of it becomes much more natural.
Yeah. And I really loved it. I mean, that was kept my brain active, and in farming. I mean, with the farm sim, this is really the first time that I had to think about some words in English for the farming sector. I never had thought about it, even that I'm 40 years or 30 years of farming practically doing, but never had to think about the English wording for it. And
because all of the people you worked with spoke German.
Yeah, and now I learned so much already. It's really nice. I really love it.
Yeah, if you told me 20 plus years ago that I would care about understanding German because of a video game that I played, I would have probably laughed at you.
Daryl Davis, you can have mine. He's 16 and a pain in the ass. On the plus side, he knows everything. Just ask him. So he will be a good worker then, right?
Yeah, those teenagers are known for their hard work, and I'll send you mine as well. And she's 17. She'll hoover up internet bandwidth like nobody.
This is the good thing with my son. I raised him. I think I raised him well because he had to work from the beginning. First of all, it worked out that he's a very fit guy, but he's also a very kind guy. And he was. I mean, growing up with farming background, you have to work. You don't have any. The pressure you can put on the kids is much higher than if you're living in a city. For him, it was if you said you have to stay in your room, it was a horror, really. But for the kids today, if you say you have to spend time outside, it's a horror. So it's all different now.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
What is this yellow thing? What is this yellow thing in the heavens?
Yeah, I can't really complain that my daughter's into playing video games though, because that would be slightly hypocritical. Hey, you stop playing video games and go outside because I need the internet to play video games. That doesn't work, does it?
Bloody Alexa is eating your bandwidth, okay?
You shouldn't have all that technology around. It's bad for you. No, they don't have it in this one. The hotel that I've been staying in this week, quite a lot of the rooms have an Alexa in them, but this one doesn't seem to have one, which is quite...
Okay. Shut up, Alexa.
Yeah.
How is this?
Yeah, I don't...
How is this other thing called? Siri? No, this is something different.
Siri.
Yeah.
The Apple one, yeah.
Yeah, just put them head ahead and let them talk to each other. Pasarati, good evening.
Sounds like the best use for them.
Yeah, and put your wife in between so she has... That was harsh.
I wouldn't be that cruel to her.
Okay, then put your daughter in between.
Yeah.
If she's not using it anyway, so... No, I really love kids, and I was amazed by all the kids that came to our farm, how they changed over the time with working with animals and all that stuff. I really love seeing people grow in every age. Yeah, if it's elderlies or if it's the younger generation, if they find something where they really can put their heads in, it's really cool.
That's one of your passions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Educating people about farming. That's why you do this stuff, so you can teach us mere mortals about the reality of farming.
Yeah, but I'm always trying to show people possibilities, not the God-given, in stone hammered. Everything I say is the only way, because it isn't, right? I just want to make people interested in basically educate themselves by being more more into the subject, not just believing everything that Google says, and not the top post is the only post, and there's not only one answer.
It's about creating interest, isn't it, to go and get people to try and understand stuff.
Yeah, where I got most of the children from the farm and the people and children that I know, is just with the simple sentence, with what you learned, nobody can take away from you.
Mm.
Yeah, and this is really it's not just interesting, it's also necessary, in my opinion, that people try to get more than just one meaning of stuff, because most of the time there is more than just one solution to stuff.
Definitely.
And in farming, especially in farming, if you are a normal farmer doing conventional farming, you are not crap, and if you are an organic farmer, you are not the best, and the other way around. It's always depending on which group of people you want to cater.
Yep, there are many ways to do things right.
Yeah, but much more to do things wrong.
Yeah, and I usually find those.
Yeah. But you, hello. And a Cornish one, okay.
No, we don't need any Cornish farm sim ambassadors.
No?
No.
Why? What is the true meaning of it?
So it's because that's where Farmer Art is from, and he wants to be a farming agency ambassador, I would guess, because he thinks there's lots of cool special perks.
Okay. On which side of the globe is this?
That is southwest England.
Oh, it's still over there.
Yeah. It's the very bottom southwest corner of the country.
I really just can say yeah, if you want to be an ambassador, the best way to be one is in the farming agency, because it's not that stressful as it is with giants. Because the crappy stuff you have to deal with when you are a giants ambassador is really hard. And I think everything that you do with farm sim should never standing up front to the joy that you want to have with farm sim playing.
Yeah.
If there's really something that is holding you back from having fun, I think it's not the right thing. And the other problem is, what I learned is that if you give people power, they abuse it. Always.
Yeah, maybe.
Even if it's just being a moderator in a Discord channel or a moderator in a YouTube chat. Even that little bit of power that you give people really separates the boys from the men.
It comes with great responsibility.
Yeah, but please don't start shooting your spider web all over it.
And Quacker's right. The best thing that came out of Cornwall is the pasty. Although the ice cream's pretty good as well. Cornish ice cream's good.
I hope I didn't offend him now with.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He's a friend of mine. So.
Okay. I'm not that geographically educated that I really know where, which, what, and how is related or geographically positioned. So.
No, unfortunately, you occasionally now get people that are friends of mine and from my Discord turning up here and making silly statements like you need Cornish ambassadors or special mineral wrapped bales.
Where did I miss the comment from Williamson Digital Farm? I didn't even see that he. Oh no, it's Dazed. Oh, Dazed.
Oh, he's talking about your abuse of power. People abusing their power.
And JK means joking.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm an alien, so I really don't have. I really don't get everything.
Yeah. So he's suggesting that you might be saying that he abuses his power on Reddit.
To be honest, I never was on your Reddit page. I don't know what you are doing there. I had not the time to hop in there.
I think he has one of the biggest farm sim Reddit pages. I think.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been there, but I think he has one of the biggest farm sim Reddit pages. I don't use Reddit, so.
You haven't been there either?
No.
Oh.
Let's just move on. Let's talk about feeding cows, shall we? So you can mow grass and it feeds really well, I've heard.
Yes. But
move on.
No. Let me turn around my finger in the wound a little bit more.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. He's mod on the unofficial Farming Simulator Reddit page. Okay. Oh, if there are maps shared with no permission, I think it will be found on this page then, right? Oh no, that came over. You could misunderstand it. There was on Reddit a page where someone made the effort to list up all horse extension MaizePlus maps. Was this on this Reddit page? Because I'm very thankful for it. And of course, nobody can know everything on which is with permission and which not. But I think there were listed around about 70 or 80 maps on Reddit. It was a very interesting page, but I'm not sure if it was the unofficial Farming Simulator Reddit page or another one. Because I do not use Reddit that much.
I don't think I've ever used it.
Back in Battlefield times, Reddit was a good place to go. But yeah, I believe that was on that page. But we've introduced a new rule. Now, the original link needs to be provided, so that won't happen again. Yeah, it really it was a small percentage, and you or the author couldn't have known, so it's completely okay for me. It was really completely okay for me. It's just, I mean, I know which map I updated, and I know which one got a permission, and how should you know? So it's completely okay. There are so many and so fast shared links out there, and I think it was the time where FSUK was back on, or the new FSUK was back on. What is down again now? What had work upload links and all that stuff, so you couldn't. How could you find out if it's the original or not? If it's not on ModHub.
And a lot of them weren't on ModHub, were they? Quite a few were on. Yeah, there were some that were on FSUK. Some were on your Discord only, I think.
Sorry, I was reading and
some of the horse extension versions of maps were only on your Discord. Is that right?
Yes and no. I had to put them on our Discord again because they were on FSUK, and with the page shutting down, the links were gone. And some of them were on Oxy's page too, on Oxy's Discord, but also with the link to the FSUK. So that we could hold them up, we had to do them in our Discord.
Yeah.
But
I always used to go to your Discord to find versions of maps.
Sometimes I forgot to put the links there. Sometimes someone got permission for a map where I was not really happy about, but I gave it anyways because I thought, okay, before there is any struggle. Because, I mean, if people are kind, nice, are asking nicely, and are building in the stuff there on their own, and they just send me the version to test if it's working as I recommended, and they did, and the map is not after my liking. It's not that detailed, or it's like an FS11 map or something like that. Who am I to say you don't get permission after all the work that you did and being, as I ordered, nice and kind and friendly, right? So I didn't decline the permission, but I did not post or repost the map on our page then. Yeah, so it's. I think I'm not sure if this is even the good way to go, but for me it was to calm my spirits a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to let some things happen, don't you? Even if they're not exactly as you would or fit within what you want, because there are other people that will want to play those maps, I guess.
Yeah, and this is really something that you have to be very clear of. Not everything that you see or that is released is after your liking. Not everything is done well, but there's always someone who wants to play with it and someone who likes to play with it. And if there's something that is not done that well, just shut the fuck up. Scroll over it. You don't have to point finger on everything. But if it's on ModHub, it's another thing. If you put stuff on your Discord or something like that and you share it with your community, it's completely okay. But if it's on ModHub, there should be some other rules. But also, on the other hand, there are a lot of casual players who enjoy DJ Goheim doing crazy stuff, and it's okay too, because it's also part of the farm sim. There are not only the realistic or more realistic or more realistic or the total realistic players. No, there is a whole bunch of, and there are, most of them are casual players, and so you really have to rethink what you cut loose with pointing out that stuff is shitty. Is it on you to say so, or is it not? So, but I wanted to answer. Oh, Dazed already answered. Quaka asked if the potato stuff gets an update, and I wanted to say that it will at least get an update later on with the Terra Life, because I really want to work with Dazed more intense, and I hope that you get your stuff done, your private stuff done soonish. And then we could have the conversation, the chat that we urgently need, with Disturb, Modelleicher, and you and someone else. That we get the English part up and running. And I'm really interested into. Wait, we can cross jump. Look, I can run for miles.
And quickly.
And jump, but not in real life. I mean, oh, look at this. A Fend. Who had have guessed? Let's put some light in here. The whole concept of this shed and the potato sorting stuff and all that is really coming in handy when we talk about the carrots, the onions, and all that stuff, and the potatoes. And oh, nice. No matter what and how many updates Dazed will do for this stuff now, I think we will do a very close collaboration later on making it compatible with Terra Life. And yeah, this is more for the private talks that we will have, but yeah, I really like it, and the problem is we can only do so much. Yeah, I mean, Rainer is working his butt off. He's at the moment the only one who is basically in every project that we have. He is more or less involved, if he wants or not.
I have no idea how that happened.
And you're just that good.
Yeah, but loneliness doesn't make a project come further and faster to the finish line, right? I mean, I exactly know how it feels to have all the weight on your shoulders for stuff, and this is why we, for example, declined to do the Silbersuso map anymore. Because the people who wanted to have this map are not in the team anymore, and it would have been weight on Rainer again. So we are only doing our stuff, but this we want to do properly. So it takes time, and he's at the moment the one who, gets as much help as possible. I'm looking for people who can support him, but they have to be really trustworthy, and with me trusting you that much and you saying Dazed is okay, and what was this other guy's name from the southern Britain island, this ambassador?
No,
No, I was just joking. No, I mean with
I'm sure we can force him to learn Lua scripting.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
With dagger and a bottle of rum, right?
Yep.
Poking with the dagger, then tipping the spear into the rum and poking him again, and we drink the rum, and he has the pain.
Yeah, and he has to write all of the scripts that you need.
Yeah. No, this is really I mean, Rainer learned really much, a lot in the last months and years. He and also Modelleicher is always willing to help, but it has to make a common sense to help. Of course, people are asking a lot. You cannot teach people modding from the beginning. But if someone is in our team, it's basically for ourselves. Yeah, educate people for the team means that everybody is on the same level of understanding on how stuff works, so you can help each other better. Maybe move a project from Blender to the other one. He does something and the other one finishes it. So that makes sense, and this is what I really see with Dazed fitting into, and you not being that lonely as the only Britsman here.
I'm used to being lonely. It's fine.
No, you don't
And
have to.
I think Dazed talents are significantly better than mine when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, we have a very, very, very close collaboration with SMI modding with Matteo. So we have really some good things going on, but we don't want to make more projects with more people. We want to do our projects with less people but better.
Yep.
So cow pasture, they need to. Now I will show you the fast mixture. And this is really, I'm not looking for people just to join our team to be in there for a week or two or a month or two. I really want to have people in the team that become friends more or less on this status, so that you really enjoy talking to them, doing stuff with them, and that there's not that this kind of a pressure like being in a professional team where you really have to deliver. It should make a lot of fun, and you should keep it as a fun thing. And yeah, I mean, I love to cater the English community a lot more, but it's, of course, it's hard for us to get into this old grown English British community. I mean,
full of old grumpy people.
Yes. Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Yes and no. A lot of special people. I mean, we got them in the
Special.
Yeah.
Special is the right description. I definitely have a community full of very, very special people.
Well, that's because it's what?
I wouldn't worry. It's Farmer R has some issues with his version of FS22 at the moment. So
okay.
He's not playing it. So Quacker is just teasing him.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, see, Dazed understands special.
Okay.
Somehow I seem to collect all of the special ones.
Yeah, me too. But the very special ones are, or the very special ones that are in my team are the ones you could love the easiest, to be honest. Because no one of them is like a diva or something like that.
Yeah. You've not seen my demands list yet, have you?
No, because I don't care. There's not, you know, in a kingdom there's you can demand whatever you want. It depends on hanging or living.
Yeah, it's all gonna come with the first paycheck, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean it's really yes, of course we want to do stuff serious. We want to get better quality. We are of course trying to get quality like Creative Mesh or Vertex Design or SMI from the modeling, but we don't want to do these mass outputs. We're not capable of doing that, and we don't want to do it. We just want to do the stuff that we want to play with in a decent quality, But there's also this child called MaizePlus and TerraLife. This is where my heart is burning for the basic, for me, having fun in FS is really MaizePlus and TerraLife, and playing with it, and everything that comes on top is nice. If Rainer has some models he's building and releasing for the public or on ModHub, and I really love that, but it's not that where I put pressure on him to say the stuff for the projects, yes, but I really dialed them down because it makes no sense to put pressure on something if you lose the interest or the fun in it.
Yeah,
because we don't get any out of it, right? So
yeah, you've got to keep it interesting and enjoyable, haven't you?
Yeah, and what I did is that I tried to get companies to work with us where we already plan to do stuff in that direction, but so that we can get more information, more maybe 3D models or stuff like that, CAD files and all that. And just to have a little bit of a knighthood with we are now partner of them, we are doing stuff for them and they like it, and to make a little bit a difference, just not building one lizard after the other, just really having real life stuff in there, and the companies are being proud of working with us together. And this is all more or less on the base features, like the plants, the crops, the veggies, the food, and all that stuff.
And it's nice that the stuff is based in the real world, and all of the Daiker branded stuff. It's really cool that it's actually the real thing.
Yeah.
Even down to having the wrong animals on the bags of food.
Yeah, and they have it for decades.
Yeah,
for decades, and I think it's quite a funny story. You know, there are so many companies that are so polished where you will never find any mistake, because those who made a mistake are not in this company anymore, or something like that, right? So if you make a mistake, you are out. And they just keep on printing those bags, because it has been that way for decades. It will stay that way for decades, and I really like it. I really like it. It is funny though. I mean,
it probably makes the brand more distinctive. I can't remember which one it was that was wrong, but
from the sheep.
Is it the sheep that have a pig on the bag?
No, cow.
Is that right? Or chicken? Cow. Okay.
Cow. They have the same bags for cows and for sheep for the pellets. They're basically the same pellets, but a little bit different recipe. So the pellets are sized the same and all that stuff. That only the imprint on the back is showing that there are different supplements in it. But yeah. So I guess if they don't sell the cow food, they put it just into the sheep food or something like that.
They rebrand it as sheep food.
I'm not really sure, but something like that. No, but this is something where I really am into. Of course, I'm loving that we are doing some young timer and old timer stuff, or the Deutsches that we are doing. But if they are ready, they are ready, and if not. So there's no pressure, there's no we have to. But MaizePlus and TerraLife is something where I really want to and have to put pressure on them, and I think that's quite enough, because with TerraLife being the base for the Holzer map and the Bergisch Land and the old Alp map, it means we have to be relatively finished with the base map, so that Ludi, our mapper, can put on the new build maps on top of it. And that means that Rainer has to finish the buildings. That means that Rainer has to finish other stuff. That means we really need help for Rainer, that he doesn't have to do all the stuff. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm trying
And
to...
that's where someone like Dazed comes in, I guess, because he's made some really cool buildings.
Yeah, and if he... I mean, I told him already, and this is with no offense, really with no offense. He said he's not that long into modding and all that stuff. Where I said, well, the buildings and the machinery are not that FS22 standard, but it's really easy to help and to show on how doing stuff. And this is what I meant with, if someone is in your team, it makes much more sense to help in a more direct way. So if you are going into a screen share or building an example for someone who's in the team, where you know that he will later on take workload from your own shoulders, yeah, it makes much more fun than just for some random guy building something that he probably will release later on and has done nothing for it, right?
Yeah.
So this is
it's worth spending the time with people when they're part of the team.
Yeah. And it's really not that. I mean, you with us, private life, health always comes first, right? So it doesn't mean like in the bigger teams where you get the pressure, you have to release or you have to be finished next week. How good it works in our team, if I put on a pressure date, is I think I put it 4 times in the last 2 months on Modelleicher for the last 3 issues he has to make, and nothing happened. So you see, I'm not that of a I'm not that typical grumpy guy who's collapsing over it. It's just
You're not the scary alien everyone thinks you are.
No, I mean, it's just I'm just putting the pressure higher and higher. So I send all people asking me how far is MaizePlus now directly to Modelleicher. Problem is, this pressure makes it worse, so probably it will take some weeks longer now. But I really don't care anymore. I mean, I really don't care, because we are not in the position that anybody can pressure us.
Yeah.
People
there's
try
no
to.
There's no genuine external pressure to be ready by a certain point.
Yeah. I mean, people trying to get really annoying in the last couple of weeks with demanding the release, and we would only spoil and never release and whatever. And they don't get that the only way we can test it in multiplayer is when we play.
It's to play multiplayer.
Yeah, and when we play multiplayer, we stream, but not to spoil you, to show you, hey, we do it for testing purposes.
Yeah,
And
and if you don't want to see it, don't watch the streams. No one makes you watch these.
And I mean, people know our policy that not everything, but most of the things that we show are made to be released later on. And I mean, when shall we test it? If we stop streaming and we just play multiplayer to test stuff, people won't know about it and can't talk about it, because this is why I'm making these streams, to talk with people about stuff and to listen to their opinion and maybe explain why I am doing something like that this way and not the other way around, the reasoning behind it. And 99% of the people get it, and this 1% is really, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I did care a lot, but now not anymore.
It might be that while people are suggesting things while you stream this, that those are ideas that get incorporated.
Yeah.
So, having the chance to interact and be part of the community around it is a benefit, not you just showing off that you've got this really cool mod that no one else can play with.
Yeah. It's really we want to we want to share it as fast as possible, because the sooner MaizePlus is out, the sooner I can get with BGO into TerraLife, and Rainer, I mean, for Rainer doesn't change a lot. He's already up to his nose into work. It doesn't depend on MaizePlus release, but it's like having a little weight left from your shoulders with MaizePlus finally out, and one problem less to care about.
One big project done.
Yeah, because there will be no extension for MaizePlus, right? This is also the difference to before. I mean, best example is people say, yeah, it takes so long with MaizePlus, and I don't like it because always the updates and map not running, and it's all shit. You should put it all in one mod. So now we're putting as much as we can as a global mod into MaizePlus. It takes a little bit longer, and people are complaining, why does it take so long?
Yeah, and trying to make it robust so that it's safe when the game updates, which you've shown the last 2 game updates, you've had no issues.
Yeah. It just could have been the other way around. Yeah, it could have happened quite easy that we had completely breakdowns with the mod, but we hadn't. So that means we are doing it right, one or the other way. And this is typical me, parking in a position where I have to go through.
Too much equipment on that farm.
No, the farm is too small. And the same will be with TerraLife. People now complaining about, why are the maps not out, and why don't you do the maps and then TerraLife later on? Because no one, or not many, have an idea of the workload that you have with building a map. Nothing to speak about the workload we have with TerraLife, and the chaos that we had with FS19, MaizePlus, CCM extension, forage extension, horse extension, final update. Now we want to avoid this. Why? Because people were complaining about, new save games and all that stuff. Now we are trying to avoid this and deliver the whole package. It's also wrong.
People will always find something to complain about.
I can tell
the people that want to complain will always complain. If you released it, if you released it 2 months ago, they would complain because things weren't in the mod. If you release it when it's ready, people will complain because they'll find something to complain about.
Oh, I have to complain. I don't have any grass to mow. When did that happen? When did that happen? I wanted to show you the fresh grass. Oh, here. Here. Okay, I will take. I mean, I have to. Okay, a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit, not the whole, because I need it for the silaging. But I will show you. Yeah, we are really into it to do it the best we can. So, yeah, let's see where we go from here, or where we end. But I think it's a good solution, and with doing it better than expected, I think it's always better than rushing it out and having stuff like I cannot say it openly in the stream, but the person we spoke about before, yeah, I don't want it that way.
No, and I think the problems you had early on with multiplayer. If you'd said, "Well, we won't worry about multiplayer," I know for you guys multiplayer is important, but maybe if you said, "Well, we'll just do a MaizePlus for single player because it works for single player," everyone would have complained that they can't use it with multiplayer.
Yes. And I mean, it's harder to do it right for multiplayer than it was before, or it's harder to mod for FS22 on a decent standard than it was before, but the result you get if you put all the effort in is for the user later on easier.
Yeah.
The use case is much easier if we put more effort into it. We really could have done it the easy way, like most of the people who just wanted to release and be the first and whatever. This is not the way we do it, because I learned the hard way how much support can cost time, health, and everything.
Yeah.
And this is what we try to avoid. And with the major players not out there, we couldn't be sure if our stuff is working correctly. Now with a lot of stuff out there and the patches being there, we are pretty sure that we can give a solid mod release. So
yeah, man, I think the fact that you survived 2 fairly significant game updates with no issues must give you some confidence that what you've got built is fairly that what you've built is fairly robust.
Yeah.
Given all of the issues that, you know, even the most simple script mods had after the 1.4 update.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, it's really not the way we want to do it. We don't want to do it the easy way. I mean, it would be nice if it is easy, but taking the easy way, the easy pathway, just to avoid, I don't know what you avoid. Work. We want to do it correctly, right? I mean, we could release MaizePlus as it is now, no problem at all, because who gives a shit if the grassland subsoiler does fertilization with precision farming or not? I mean, there are subsoilers out there who do not even
there's a subsoiler that doesn't subsoil.
Yeah. So, but we don't want to do it that way. We really don't want to do it that way. We want to give it the necessary and correct polish. So we have to do this. And we could say we don't care if you can use wet grass or semi-dry grass with the forage harvester with the pickup. We don't care. Or crop windrow. We don't care. We don't care. Maybe sometimes, but we are not made that way, right?
But you because you do care, because you want it to be right.
Because I want to release it the way that we want to play with it, not releasing something and we do some fixes for us and can play with it then the other way around, right? Dazed is gone. No. Yes. No. Yes.
He went to bed.
Yeah. Have a good night. And Cat in the Desert. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, England, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, the other grassland subsoiler, if you're playing with precision farming, is now about as useful as a grassland roller.
Yeah.
Whereas at least your grassland subsoiler will subsoil.
Where's your FA tech on YouTube?
Because on Discord, where he's used to seeing me, I have the farming agency bit on the front of my name. But it's never been here on YouTube because that's the name of my YouTube channel.
Yeah, you see, I don't have it either. So
as much as I love you, I don't think I could rename my YouTube channel just to add that on.
No. And you don't have to. I mean, you can change your picture on the channel because you're not only a partner.
Yeah, I need to get one of those really cool ones like you guys have. But
didn't I give you? Oh, you mean what? The which one?
The trying to think of a good example. The one like Urson Reiner has.
Oh, so you mean your avatar icon?
Yeah. And then you might not get confused between me messaging you and it being my Discord.
Yeah, that would be a great help. That would be a great help.
I tried to help. I rotated one of them just to confuse you less.
Wait, now I'm okay. Now we have the delay, but tell me when the cow barn 3018 pops up in the screen for you.
Yep, I can see it now.
Okay, just take a look at base food, moisture food, and power food, just to keep a little bit 2, 4, and 400, right? 2200, 4000, and we will deliver the grass now to them. Oh wait, we will go the long way. We will do the long run. I mean, with all the is it? I'm not sure if it's fair to call it harassment, but with the people getting more and more aggressive towards us, and I really don't mean those guys like you who are following us, who are in the Discord and are with us all the time. I really mean this small percentage of 1 or 0.5%. They really have an impact on. I really don't care about negativity that much anymore as I did, where it nearly killed me. But it has an impact on the way I think about mod relating or FS relating mod releases.
Yeah, I totally understand that from the little bit we were talking about before the stream, that the minor amounts that I get compared to, you know, there was the post on your Discord from someone demanding a release date.
Stefanie Ott, moin.
You know, it's like, you're just gonna have to wait. It's not your job. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
And with something as big as MaizePlus, if it's been released, you'll know it's been released if you're vaguely interested, because it'll be all over everywhere.
So 2200, 4000, and 452, right?
Yeah.
Is it all in already? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I can see that going up. That's cool.
Yeah, so you have the 3 sliders, and now
Yep.
you put in some hay or stuff, and you have a really realistic summer feeding when people are grazing. I hope for some.
When people are out in the fields grazing, they can get a fairly complete diet off of fresh grass.
Yeah. I read Angus Among Us, yeah. No, but it's
the alcohol is starting to hit.
Yeah. You are never.
I think that's a great addition to MaizePlus.
We are trying to get all the other stuff later on with Terra Life, like the grazing and that. But I really got scared away from spoiling anything that we've planned on Terra Life because of the issues I have at the moment with Modelleicher not being capable of doing those things, and I really have to respect. I mean, we have some personal private issues in the team. Everyone has to carry his own baggage. So today you really can mean and want to do stuff next week, but something happens and you don't do it, and maybe you need another week to recover. For us, it's no problem because we are playing with this stuff at the moment. We do not harvesting with forage harvesters, so it doesn't affect us that much. But for people out there, it can mean a lot. And for companies like DSV, where we are something like a commercial part of their branch now, because the popularity really increased a lot, and the likes and the knowledge of DSV and TerraLife and all that stuff increased. But if I'm now saying we will have this or that in TerraLife, I'm not sure if our scripter or scripters will deliver until then, or will still work on it till then. And everything that I don't have in my own hands, like the stuff that BGO and I'm doing, like I did back in FS19 with the map updates and all that stuff. There I could say, okay, tomorrow I will update your map, and because I knew it was my hands' work.
And you knew how long it would take, and
yeah. And if something didn't go that well, I could say, sorry, it will take a week longer. But I knew when I was teasing something, it was my own ass that was standing on the line for not being man of my word. And I don't like to slip into this, farming agency is only talking, not delivering anything. And so I don't want to be that guy, because this is how I'm raised, a man, a word, and a word means something for me and to me. And this is why I'm dialing down the teasers for TerraLife, because with MaizePlus, the situation we have at the moment, I'm really not willing to put my ass on the line anymore.
Yeah, you're keeping it within what you're more confident is going to be capable of being delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And it's not that we suddenly don't want to do it anymore. We all want to do it, but it's just the pace of the talking about it and spoilering stuff. Because what will happen is, what is if we have or if we update this map here with the stuff from FS19 that we had in the Bergisch Land TerraLife beta, and we will start playing with it, with carrots, onions, and all that stuff, and clover and alfalfa. We do it to test stuff. We do it to see how we can get things in, because we learned now that single-player testing is worthless.
Yeah,
it's not totally worthless, of course.
Multiplayer.
Yeah, it's not totally worthless, of course, if there are some log issues or something like that. Yeah, but the main issues will happen on multiplayer, so we have to test it. So we will play it, and it is possible that we will play it for 6 months, and nothing is released or something like that. But we have to, and at the moment it makes it really hard for me to show stuff where we are working on, because of the timetable is not fitting, because of a lot of people are starting to harass, and they kill it for much more people, but they do. They because this is where I'm getting to the point where I say, okay, we can play with it. We don't gain any out of it. We play with it and good.
Yeah. The stress that 0.5% of the community cause, or that 0.5% of the people that play FS cause, because they're not really part of your community, cause a lot of damage and a lot of extra pain.
What makes it really hard is we could go the easy way. We could really go the easy way. We could just put it behind so to say paywall, like some others do, and people don't even notice it, and release it in Discord or on Patreon or whatever, and really don't care about what issues may be caused by that.
Yeah.
But we want to release on ModHub. We want to go through the testing. We want to deliver an issue-free program. Yes, it's nerve-wracking sometimes, because you get it back because you missed something or it's a small issue, but it's an issue. We want to release it on ModHub. We don't want to. I mean, if I say we don't want to, is wrong, because everybody wants some money to live off, but we don't get any money, so we are not making it to make money, so to say. So we can go on ModHub to release it there, and don't want to do it the way that's against the TOS and sell mods or stuff like that. So, and this takes time. Even if I would send MaizePlus to ModHub tomorrow for testing, there would be no guarantee that it's within the next 14 days tested or even released, because it's possible that it's coming back. It's such a complex mod that it can come back for 3 or 4 times.
Even if it's just not because it doesn't work, but just clarification from giants, I guess.
Yeah.
And
servus.
So yeah.
And you know at least when it's on ModHub, you know that there are not hundreds of megabytes of unnecessary files in it.
Yeah.
For example. Yeah, for
like gigabyte of.
I received horse extension maps that Americans updated, and they sent it to me and said, "Ah, you're German. Here, look after it. It failed on ModHub. You will bring it on ModHub because you are German." And I said, "Have you the issue report?" And he sent me the issue report, and it was way over a megabyte. No, it was 2. But you know what it means if you have 1 or 2 megabyte of text file issue report, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long list.
Yeah. So, and he had everything in the map. That it was a 2.3 gigabyte or something. No, because you can't upload that much. It was really close to the gap that they have. I'm not sure on where it is at the moment, and it was half of it was unnecessary stuff. And they just, I mean, it's now the issue report that you get. There's really, it's so helpful, because there's this line, this is wrong, this is the correct way. Yeah, so you just have to work from top to the bottom, and you are good to go. And maybe something else pops up afterwards, but you can work it up. And he didn't do it.
And you can always talk to them.
Yeah.
I think that's the best advice that certainly you gave me with stuff is, if you don't understand what they want, ask them.
No one believed me when I said, guys, there's a message within a message possibility. You can open up a ticket within your mod send. When you send it in, you can open up a ticket. It's specially made for questions about the mod, not for helping modding, but for clarification for stuff. Use it. Normally they respond very fast. I mean, if they have 2,000 mods in waiting, and okay, I get it. But there's never, it has never been longer than a day. Most of the times I got response within 2 hours, and
yeah, that's my experience.
And very often even shorter.
And with the last mod that I had that released yesterday, I think, the last time that came back, they wanted something fixed, and I was like, I've tried to fix it and I can't help. And they sent me the little bit of code that I needed to add to the i3D file, which fixed it instantly. And I think they replied within about 10 minutes of me asking them.
Most of the time, if you fail on ModHub, no, it's wrong. I'm not sure if it comes right over with the translation, but most of the time you fail more than once on ModHub is not because of giants, it's mostly because of the ego of the modder. Yeah, because they start complaining in social media when a mod failed. They start complaining on social media instead of asking giants, okay, I don't understand what you mean here, can you explain? And they will. Because they are with us, they are not against us, they are with us, and it doesn't care. They don't care if you're German, American, Brazilian, Australian, or even British.
No, they will. They will even help people like me. And every time one of my mods has failed, although I've been really annoyed sometimes, actually, the product that's come out of the other end is better.
Yeah.
You know, each time I learn the things that I need to add in sort of as standard to make it a mod that is good enough to actually be released for people to play with.
Yeah. And people, I mean, if it was just once, but it was a dozen times that mostly Americans, but also British modders told me, yeah, you only get top mod when you are German, you only get mod hub release when you are German, and all that stuff. And I said, what a silly crap. What a silly
Yeah.
crap. The way you are reacting now on me telling you just talk to them is exactly the way why you don't get further with your modification. Because if you react to something, if you get an issue report and you react that way, like I'm the biggest modder and what? No, I don't make any mistakes. It's all wrong what you're writing there. Of course, you get to a point where they block, right?
Yeah. And I have genuinely thought with the amount of times that some of mine have gone through testing that they would get to the point where they would say, no, we're not going to test this again. But they've always been really helpful. And, you know, saying that you have to be, you know, something special to be top mod, every one of mine that's released is classed as a top mod on Giants. And, you know, I created my first mod 3 months ago, probably.
Oh,
And
is
none
the
of them are.
top mod clarification back again?
Yeah, it's in the mod list that it says whether you're a top mod or not.
Oh, okay.
And you know, none of mine are, you know, particularly wonderful, amazing things. They're all based on Giants models. You don't have to be anything special. You just have to release things that people like, it would seem.
Yeah. And I
And
mean,
be patient enough to work through the testing process.
and I mean, you don't start you don't start arguing with your loved ones on Christmas. Yeah, this is not the first you do. You don't argue with them before having Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, in most families it happens afterwards, anyways. But
Yeah.
but or you if you meet someone new, you don't hit them in the face first and then ask after for the name. And some people really are that way to the mod hub testing team.
Yeah, I think so. And I will admit that the first time one of my mods I submitted came back with them basically saying, we can't test this, this is not enough. I did send them a slightly ranty message, but they responded perfectly politely, and I stopped being such an idiot and went away and made it better.
Yeah. And this is what really happens if you start thinking about, did they something wrong or are they just trying to help me? I think 99% of the conclusion you're coming to is they are trying to help you.
Yeah, they want to make it something that's good enough that people will actually want to use it. And you know, if I was making something just for me, there are things that could be wrong that I would accept as not being an issue. But I think, you know, when you're releasing it for potentially anyone to be able to use, you can't have those little issues and bugs that you're quite happy to work around as a, you know, someone who understands what they're doing. But that doesn't work when someone's trying to install it on a map on console.
And they are really open to so many things. I mean, you just talk to them and you see that you are getting much better results. Just be that kind to them as you expect them to be to you, right?
Yeah, I think that's a big factor is, you know, be polite, explain. You know, if you don't understand something, explain what you don't understand. Tell them what you've tried, which is what I did, and they help.
I agree. Working through the unnecessary things in the mod is the right way to go. What? Did I misread it, or did I misunderstand it?
He agrees that removing all the unnecessary stuff from a mod is a good idea.
Oh, I agree. Working
through the unnecessary things. So taking out the unnecessary things is what he means. So all those unnecessary files,
through OUGH.
Yeah, the other through.
And this through is throwing away, right?
Yeah, so he used the wrong through.
Yeah, this is what confused me. Now I get okay. This is you see. This is there's topic one for your position to as a native English speaker to
speak typo.
To speak out for two not native English speakers to correct. I mean, if someone is writing something in German and he uses the same sounding but wrong pronounced word, I understand it too. But doing it in a foreign language is so hard sometimes.
Yeah, because you read that as throw rather than
Yeah. Grammar. No, really, Quacker. It hasn't to do anything with grammar teaching. It's just for me. I'm reading what is written and understand what is written, but I didn't think of the other through working through something. Yeah, it's hard for me. I mean, it's getting harder every day. But you know, there were really big modders who came up to me and said, "Giants are awful, and only because you are German it works for you." And I said, "No, I mean, I even got in an argument with Christian Ammann, and I got in an argument with Lars Lisatan, and I was not polite." At that point, and they reacted really professional, and that made me rethink the approach of my way to getting hurt. And with the understanding of how a company works differently to a modding team, depending on the mod being released, tested, issue, bug fix, and all that stuff, and how it works. I got a complete different perspective, but that does not mean that I'm obeying everything that Giants does. I'm just obeying the fact that there are human beings on the other side, or on both sides. We have the same loving hobby. They earn money with it. They prepare the farm sim the way that we can modify it, that we can have more fun with it, what leads to a much more popular game, what leads to more versions, and so on and so on. Just the basic rules apply here, and if you follow them, no one gets hurt, no one is the winner, because we are all the winners then. Don't act like an asshole in any way. This is all I can.
It's a good motto for life.
Yeah.
I don't always achieve to live by that motto, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can be a kind asshole, but always try to be kind, because kind doesn't cost you anything. Kindness is one of the few things that doesn't cost you anything. And it can really achieve so much. And just remember, all the people at Giants who are in the community team, who have to listen to all the crap that we tell them, they are there to listen to us. They are there to bring over the message to the bosses. The bosses react crappy to them, that they have to deliver something to us. So they are human beings who are dedicated to their job, and they really deserve to be treated like a friend. You would never kick a friend. No, you're Brit. You would.
And call them things I cannot say on this stream.
Yeah. You can, but the question is how often.
Yeah.
No, but you're getting what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Just be a normal, decent person with when you deal with this. Sorry, with
And
this stuff.
I think as well, try and remember that these are people, and things that you say have an impact.
Most of the people who are working at Giants, I mean, it's a little bit far fetched. I'm not sure if it's still that way, but a lot of people working at Giants come from the community. They were or have been modders before, so they are dedicated to this game. This is why they are working there. For example, Mr. Marcel. I really, really love this guy. He's a really cool dude. A really cool dude. He has sometimes he has a really, really, really let's say if you're listening, Marcel, don't take it the wrong way. But sometimes he has a very big mouth. Yeah? But his heart is on the right place. So if you talk to him, he's a really, really nice guy, and the best thing is he really knows what he's doing. And with him being at Giants now, it's annoying for mod testing, because it was back in the days in the testing teams. He always comes up with crazy ideas how to test stuff, and he finds issues you never would have guessed that they were there. But you can be sure that he tested stuff that it's really tested. So it's a plus, right?
Yeah.
Because we want our mods issue free, and if there's something being tested where you didn't think of, it's okay. And this is what it makes so hard for them having testers who are no modders, who don't play the game every day, who don't have the experience that this or that could cost this or that. It's hard, and with him being there now, I'm really happy that he's there, and he's really into it.
It's probably less of an issue for the average mod to have mod testers that don't have that in-depth knowledge. But when you've got something complex and unusual like MaizePlus, which doesn't fit in the, run it through the mod tester, you probably can't follow the standard flowchart of tests that they do for mods.
The first time I sent up MaizePlus and CCM extension to ModHub, the first testing, it failed. Because I got a message that the bunker silo switcher is not working. He cannot fill in chopped maize anymore. I said it's impossible. We tested everything. And then I asked, by the way, you didn't use more bunker silo, did you? I said, yes, of course I've got more bunker silo, and because you have CCM. I said, didn't you read the fucking manual? It says no more bunker silo. So this can happen too, because they are only human. I mean, we laughed afterwards, but at the moment I really thought, what the heck?
Yeah, I bet your first reaction was, what did we get wrong? What have we missed?
Yeah.
What have we forgotten?
Yeah.
Why is it broken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this can happen.
That's my reaction every time someone posts a message somewhere saying one of my mods doesn't work. It's like, what have I got wrong?
Power Mike, good evening.
What's the funny case that means it's not working?
Yeah, but they don't do it to annoy you or something. It's just, this is something that can happen. I mean, I saw testers from modders, mappers, where I really thought, why the fuck are they testers? I think they need people to help them to knot their shoes. Simple things they didn't test, simple things they didn't know, and then I thought of, maybe I saw too much now in the last couple of 2 or 3 years, too many possibilities, too many mod conflicts in between, because as long as there was a batch of MaizePlus on the map, every support request came to me. And I had to go through all the log files and all. And then you figured out some mod conflicts and all that. People gave hints and all that stuff. But those people don't have this experience. And this is why I'm so happy that I have now around me people who support and help me with the support. They know much more than I do. So I don't have to get with every support request this and this, that is not working, deep into finding out what is wrong.
Yeah, and testing mods is not a simple process.
Yeah.
And even for the basic stuff that I've done, the list that I tend to work through is not short, and that's, they're basically mostly effectively sell points. So going through a map or going through something like MaizePlus, the sort of the matrix of points you need to test is huge.
Yeah, and you have to understand it.
Yeah, and you can do a lot through playtesting it. But equally, you need to try and think of those really weird cases that someone's going to try and do to see if it works.
With MaizePlus in FS19 was another issue. Susanne, hello. Was another issue. It was MaizePlus, CCM extension, forage extension.
Yeah.
So I sent in all 3 mods, but mod A went to tester A, mod B went to tester B, mod C went to tester C. What happens?
You'll find different things.
Only one is working, and the other show up with unnecessary files, unused files.
Yeah.
Because they are only active when you have it with MaizePlus in combination.
Yeah, you need all of them to work.
Yeah. So the ordinary tester doesn't know it. I mean, it's written in the description, but come on, they are
people
normal.
Can't read.
No, it's just also
I'm
normal
joking.
people, and they're just you don't read everything because it was a very long description.
Then they're doing a job, and they've got probably 100 mods sat waiting to be tested, and they see the next one is yours, and they put it through the mod tester, and it fails because of unnecessary files. So they just put a message saying unnecessary files, next job.
Yeah, and with the duplicated the double textures, you cannot go from a script into the base game $data foliage files. So we had to put them in the mod.
Yeah.
And we had different textures for example, alfalfa and clover. The distance texture, for example. And they said you have a double texture because the distance from alfalfa is the same as the distance from clover. Remove it. Or it's to find in the base game, whatever. And I said, yeah, I could remove it, but then the mod will not work anymore. And having it in the game loading twice the same texture is hard for us if we differ alfalfa and clover in so many parts. So then you always have to rethink, oh no, the clover needs the alfalfa distance, right?
Yeah.
So I put both in, but it would not be that big of an impact. You wouldn't use or win that much of kilobits because it's only a small amount. So I could rename it, but it would still be the same texture. It has to be in there, and it took a while, but we got there that we had the understanding. Okay, this is so and why it is so, and we don't release on console, so it doesn't care or mean that much anymore. But it's also through talking, because how should they know the intention? And now I'm on to doing really long submission reports when sending in a mod.
Yeah.
to explain
Give
up
them the
front.
information.
Yeah, to explain up front so that they know, okay, and to make it easier for them. This was also why I was so into getting the alpha testing of the test tool back in FS19. It's not because I want to have something no one else has. I want to have it because there are likely more than 30 or 40 maps coming with horse extension to ModHub, and I want to test them properly before so that you don't have to do it. So that I have the smaller issues already figured out. It's to avoid work for them, and so this is why we got the test tool early. And yeah, this is all. It's all about talking and understanding and what. Yeah, back to the point where I am angry is with this mixer wagon. This mixer wagon is in a package on ModHub with the same normal, with the same weird texture. It went through, and with me, they said, no, you have to change it.
Yeah.
So, I'm
different tester, different day.
I'm just talking about it now, not to open up the box of the Pandora again or something, or to argue about it. It came back. The issue report came back. I read through it. I said, okay. I said no. I said delete the mod. I don't, because I don't care. I really don't care. This is our convert now, and we will have it in use. And I don't care if it's on ModHub or not. I really don't have to go through this process only because of this fucking shitty mixer wagon. And I understand that there were maybe two different modders, two different testers, or whatever. I didn't know that it was at the same time in the testing as mine was. I didn't know it.
Yeah.
But yeah, should I argue with them? They have enough work to do. I'm not how to say in English. That's why so many modders don't even think putting their mods on ModHub. ModHub testing is a real pain. No, it isn't.
That's just what we've just spent the last 45 minutes talking about.
Yeah, maybe you came in late, but no, it isn't. Not at all. It is not a pain in the ass. It's only a pain in the ass if you're a butthole. Still at feeding. Yeah, it's basically like the German stream about the patch and stuff that we have to talk about just to... from here and there, you have to have a talking stream, a little bit like a...
Yeah, I think that something that I find quite frustrating is a lot of the mods that aren't on ModHub don't even get through the Giants mod tester for really basic things that could take a modder 10 minutes to fix.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? People are complaining about failing on ModHub. They have the test tool and they don't use it, and they just put out the crap as it is, as it comes into the open.
Yeah, and then people wonder why their game gets laggy when they've got 400 mods from bestfarmsimmods.com.
Yeah, and then why should I fix it? This is more than 8 hours of work. Yeah, well, maybe you could have done it in the first place right, or what you didn't know without the test tool. This is the same that happened to us with the double textures and all that stuff. You made the mistake to put it in double and you didn't. So use the test tool, just put it all out, and yeah, you have to rework, but then it's a good and fine mod. So where's the problem? The problem is sitting in front of the complaining screen.
Yeah, it's between the keyboard and the chair generally.
Ja. Rainer, bist du noch da? Wie ist das mit, sollen wir spulen? Willst du schlafen gehen?
Ich glaube, ich habe erst im Juni wieder so wirklich Arbeit.
Ja, dann sind wir schon mal einen Tag weiter. Dann könnte ich zur Not nochmal füttern.
Ja, füttern müsste ich dann auch wieder.
Ja.
Und ich könnte Grünfutter mähen, ja, von mir aus.
Ja, dann schlaf mal, ich bestätige.
Ja, ich muss mal eben dann die Farm wechseln.
So we are sleeping now. 7 Uhr, ne? So we are sleeping now that we can feed again, because we are waiting for June to come.
Waiting to get busy.
Yeah, it's basically the waiting for. I mean, they will be completely empty when we have slept, right? They will be all completely empty.
Yeah. One, I think I sort of mentioned it earlier. One of my current dislikes with FarmSim 22 is that animals in the base game feel very they feel very disconnected from them. You don't have to feed them even every month. You don't need to give them straw every 6 months. You don't have to clean out the manure anymore. Some of them you don't have to give water to. It's almost like they're not there.
Yeah. I mean, we could just sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep until we are in a month where we can have field work to do and then go back and feed the animals. But I need to know how much they use because we want to give a basic setting with MaizePlus. I mean, I'm so far that I say we will release this version that we have now with MaizePlus. I will not differ between the MaizePlus basic feeding and the animal feed edition. I will put both the same, and people have to change it if they want to.
You've got milk you need to sell as well.
Yeah, it's full now. Because it's impossible. It's really impossible to test this just in single player, because with the issues in multiplayer we have to do it in multiplayer, but we don't want to rush through every day because we want to enjoy a little bit playing with it. Yeah, because when MaizePlus is released, we have to go on to Terra Life, and with going on to Terra Life means we are in a rush again, and we are not having that much fun. So, and this is why it takes sometimes a little bit longer.
When you're implementing all the Terra Life stuff, you won't be able to actually play properly because you'll be spending so much time adding features and testing for ability and adding features and testing, and you won't have a stable release to actually play.
The annoying thing is that if we have to restart the server all the time, I mean, we are not testing just MaizePlus. We have other stuff here on the server that we are testing simultaneously, and like the other day where I was on the server and I wanted to with the stream on the German stream on the patch, I wanted to feed and I couldn't because the mixer wagon was blocked because of a script that Sam is working on.
Yeah.
I had I think I deleted it from the server before, and Rainer didn't know it, and he put it back on from ModHub, from the hub, from GitHub, in another version, and he didn't know, and he activated it, and I was standing there, so we had to restart the server. No, we had to restart the server in the first place because he couldn't join the server. Then we had to restart. And then we had to restart because we had to deactivate the script. And it's all coming together, right?
Yeah, and that will be more of the case when you're implementing Terra Life, won't it? That you've got so many bits you'll be adding in and taking out and adding in, and it's not even something that you can create you can't do that while you're streaming or whatever because it's so disjointed.
The big issue with getting the stuff from FS19 into this map, into this safe game, means we have to repaint with Photoshop all the farmlands, all the fruits. We have to redo them all to get this safe game work with it. So we really have to think about when and how we switch from this more or less vanilla map to the a little bit updated map, so that we can test the basics, that we already can begin with the crops and all that stuff to test and test some textures. It might be that one stream you'll see really shitty textures on one plant because we are just testing them, and you cannot change on the fly the textures. and the other stream they will be the good ones, and later on maybe we try to make them a little bit better, and they get worse anyway. So we have to do stuff like this.
Yeah. And adding in the Terra Life stuff brings those 4 horrible words that everyone hates that needs a new save bit.
Yeah, this, and to avoid this, you can avoid it. Yeah, you can use this save game. I mean, back in FS19 with Bergisch Land and with the Liberty West, we put in the Terra Life beta without losing not even the trim lines.
Wow.
But it was for Björn made it, BGO made it. He had to rework everything with Photoshop.
Yeah, so you kept all the right.
Yeah, and it was hours after hours and hours for hours, and this is so when there is support on people complaining about save game not working. Is it possible? I always say make a new save game, because how to explain what to do, and even if they get what to do, there are not a handful of people who are willing to do this stuff, and we have to
and can do it without making a single small mistake, which means it doesn't work.
Yes. So I feel the same about the animals in FS22. They are much set and forget, and it was a bit disappointing. Yeah, this is for the for the Peggy whatever, and for
I think it's not even that.
And for the casuals.
It's for the casuals. It's it's not even like FS19 seasons where you had to feed at least every other day or every 2 or 3 days. In base game in FS, with the capacity of a lot of the animal sheds, you can feed them and leave them so long.
Yeah.
And you don't have to clean them out, because that doesn't, the manure spawns straight into a manure pit outside, so you get no negative effect on their health and productivity because you haven't cleaned them.
You remember the couple of weeks where we spoke about features from MaizePlus? You made the video and I said please don't release. Yep. This is something that people also don't see. They don't see that we can, when we do multiplayer stream testing, we can play around some issues.
Yeah.
So you will not notice that there are issues. We didn't make any TMR in these weeks because we knew the mixer wagon is not working. So we fed them all singly. But people don't see it, and people mean, oh, they are just teasing, and they have no idea how much work is behind it. Yes, we have a very lazy and sleepy Modelleicher, but he has his issues, and like everybody in the team has his issues, and private comes first, and issues and health goes first too. Yeah. But it is sometimes it is so annoying that you really know, oh no, tomorrow we have to test again, but we cannot do this or we cannot do that, or BGO is working 10 to 12 hours to get the save game right, that we can play continuously, or that we can continue on the save game, and then something is messed up, and for example the texture of what was it? The texture of the chopped maize fermented, I think, was one time faulty. And yeah, it happens. And I really appreciate people who get that. Sometimes we show every time when something is not working. If it's an issue that you can fix, we show stuff that is working on the fly where we didn't know that it doesn't work. We show stuff like that, and I hope that people believe me when I'm saying we are trying to get stuff out as fast as possible, and we don't want to spoil you with the things we play on. But when we play and stream, this is the little fun time we have in between finding some issues that we have to fix again.
Yeah.
And sometimes you really don't see what is all going on behind the scenes and why we cannot release it yet. Yes, we could release it in an instant on Discord, but this is not the goal that we are setting to us. Yes, we want to go through ModHub testing. Yes, it can be hard, but we want to have this little batch, so to say. It's a ModHub mod, and maybe it becomes a top mod again, or not, I don't know. But yes, we want to go through it, and it takes time.
I'd be very surprised if this doesn't become a top mod.
I'm not sure. I'm German.
Yeah, that means it'll just instantly be accepted before you even submit it.
No, this is even not something that I'm sure of. Because I think there are two different things. One thing is when I get into it and say yes, MaizePlus is a big mod that changes a lot, and it's a very complex mod. People could think that I sound nosy, something like that. If I say no, it's not a complex mod because we have MaizePlus now done and we know what will come with TerraLife, in comparison it's a really small mod, it sounds also wrong. So I'm not sure what to say. I'm really proud of that what we achieved, but when I'm looking at MaizePlus and compare it to the one goal that we want to achieve with TerraLife, it's really a small mod only.
But if you compare it to FS22 without MaizePlus, it's a pretty significant change for most people.
Yeah, it is.
I know I've said before with FS19, I was intimidated by how complicated MaizePlus appeared to be when I first started looking at it.
Yeah. I think the first message that you sent me wasn't that nice either, right? I mean, not that you were rude or something like that, but you were really, as you said, intimidated by MaizePlus, and I think
the first interaction that I had with you that stands out in my mind was you telling me that I didn't need to post every single video I released in the videos channel for Discord.
Really?
Because I mean, at the time there were only 2 of us posting videos, and you said something like, if people like your videos, they will have gone and subscribed already. Can you please stop?
Okay. Okay, that was I would say that sounds like me on a not the best day.
Yeah. It's one of the things I remember from early engagement with you, and I think the first time I actually started really asking you stuff was when Charwell came out with the horse extension.
Yeah.
And actually, you were pretty helpful with that.
Yeah, and this is most of the time it was when I had 200 to 300 PMs per day. And on top of, I had to moderate the MaizePlus Discord.
I don't think we started chatting in PMs until
no, correctly. But when you really get angry about stuff in the PMs, where people asking you in PMs and posting in Discord, posting on social media, on Facebook or whatever, asking the questions, and then you hop into the Discord where you have the rule of only 5 in a row. Yeah, this is something where you can go instantly on please don't. Yeah. So I just got one rule. I have no rule against people writing me PMs, but I got a rule for. I think I remember. It's funny though.
Yeah, it's something that amuses me now.
You get it now, I would say, right?
Yeah, I totally understand it. Sometimes I think that in my head about similar things.
if you really can get it only if you have been in the situation, and it doesn't matter if you receive 10 or 1,000 PMs, if you receive 10 or 1,000 support requests. Just this continuously incoming, demanding people asking from interesting to really annoying questions is it what makes really what makes you break and understand, oh my god, if that would be 10 times more I would have, or whatever, something like that, right?
Yeah. And quite often it's not necessarily the one message that someone sends, it's the fact that you've dealt with 100 already today. It's certainly not that many in my case, but yeah, you if you're at the wrong end of the line of messages that someone picks up,
sometimes oh wait, he will overload in this. This is not how it works. I don't know who puts the milk trailer right here. I would have, I could bet it was Deutsche. I bet it was Deutsche. DZP, hey. Because he was complaining that the big trailer was standing in front of the small trailer because the small trailer was standing back in the corner. But here's the trigger, and now I cannot overload into the milk tank because he wants to overload in this trailer. There was a sense behind putting this trailer not into the. Sometimes, and you see, if you have stuff like that ongoing too, so I don't fucking care if it kills my fun. I give a damn for realism. So
don't look, everyone.
No, this is really something that bothered me back in the day, where I mean I learned a lot about modders. Yeah. And I hope it doesn't sound wrong now, but a lot of the modders where I thought, oh my god, they are really good modders, they have to know everything, they are who approached me because they were not capable of putting in the stuff in their maps. They had trash in their maps where I thought, how on earth is it possible to release something like that on ModHub? Or how does he not know? And you do it for them, and they get an issue report from ModHub where stuff from them is reported, and they want you to fix it because you put in MaizePlus.
Yeah, when it's there, it's the problem with the stuff that they did before you touched the map.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this, I mean, you get so many PMs that the very, very, very important PMs just rush through. If you're not constantly watching your PMs, it happens that people want to talk to you that are really where you're waiting for, and they can't.
Yeah.
Because so many, and this is where I kept where I went to friends only. But now I have so many friends only where I thought they were important that they already crash my stuff too.
You need to go to another layer. You need another setting of friends.
Yeah, I'm just switching after MaizePlus. I'm switching to the Terra Life Discord, and then then there will be all well regulated. No, I don't know, but it was really hard. It was really, really hard.
Yeah, I mean, you maybe got much more popular than you expected with how popular MaizePlus was.
I don't think it's popular. It's just I was available and I was helpful. I was trying to help everybody. But I don't get why they don't have any. Also, okay, no, it's working. Rainer, scheint zu funktionieren, ne? Mit der Milch. Die braunen Smith haben keine Milch. So. Die sind 25 Monate alt. Und haben keine Milch. Ich hatte den Tank leer gemacht. There was a problem with the milk. That the milk is in FS is a curve. So they started really early to give milk, and now I put in a lot of more months stages. So after 22, I think there's 23, 24, 25, and they only start giving milk at 27. So 26 up to 27, they start giving milk because of the curve.
Yeah.
And those brown Swiss had always a lot of milk, and I didn't know why. And the last time we updated it, I emptied the milk tank, and now they have no milk at all. And those here are 27. They gave birth. I sold the milk right away now, but it worked as intended. Könnt, when do you think you're gonna release that to MaizePlus? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we will release it at all anymore. Because with all the questions, when will, I mean, there's never a release date on a mod, but we made so many streams, and at least a dozen times I explain when and why and how MaizePlus could be released. Should be beef breeds don't give milk for game. Yeah, this is what we changed. Beef breeds don't give any milk, but the Swiss brown is no beef. It's it's a double usage, and they give milk. So no, there's no release date for MaizePlus. It will be released on ModHub, and when it's through testing and done, then it's there. At the moment, but you can ask Modelleicher for it. You can PM him and ask him when MaizePlus will be ready for testing. He's the only one who knows the answer.
It's like the one question you don't turn up and ask.
No, it is. I mean, I told my moderators and team members, if someone asks, if someone is doing a really good question, he puts effort in the question, and he starts with hello and ends with thank you and a well-formed sentence, that they give a good answer, not just blah, blah, blah. But if someone is not doing so, I really don't care anymore. It's you can say whatever you want. I mean, I can say it on a daily basis. I can make a post here and there. Not that I did not, and people don't get it. And those are the small percentage of people where I really think, and if I could, you wouldn't get it at all.
Yeah. When it's on ModHub, it's available, and that's when the release date is.
You know what made me really angry was when I got support questions for MaizePlus, because it was released on shady pages.
Yeah.
Where someone just changed the mod desk version and the credits. And
why doesn't MaizePlus for FS22 work?
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, there are two types of people. The one that never heard of MaizePlus in the first place, so they don't know that it's the FS19 version that we released on ModHub and only on ModHub, and blah blah blah. And there's the other ones who just don't care where they download stuff. They just do.
Yep. They've just got to have it.
And this is what I have to figure out before answering. Is this a stupid one, or is this just the one not knowing?
Yeah, and that's very hard to work out, isn't it?
Yeah. Because I'm always trying to be respectful and kind, but from here and there, even, I mean, if someone would post more than 5 videos in a row, I could really get really grumpy.
You can get really grumpy, and people could think that you don't like them then.
But I do. I think you were very surprised then, right?
Yeah, I was quite shocked when I got told to stop. But I thought ultimately you have a valid point. There's something that I've talked about before, that if people are really very few people, I think, go to Discord to look for videos anyway. And once you've posted a couple in a Discord, if people are interested, they'll find them. So, you don't need to post a link every single day to every single video.
Yeah, because that's not... I mean, this... at least then it would make sense to open up your own Discord. Just to clarify how much it will bring to your viewers if you post it on Discord. Because if they don't have subscribed you by then, it doesn't matter where you post it. If you post it on my or on your Discord, if they don't have subscribed you, they will never find.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of a shock, but it was a perfectly valid comment. And
and on the other hand, I tried to push your channel. I posted stuff, and so this worked, and so there was I think there were no bad feelings with thinking that I couldn't, or that I was not, or that I was trying to be unrespectful or stuff like that. It was just a rule in there, and I had at one point I had to make a cut, and it was with you. And
well, it was me and someone else, so it wasn't just me that you were bullying and making a victim of.
Yeah. No, it's most of the times. Most of the time when I'm saying something. So when I say, okay, this is the finish line, I mostly pick the one where I think who can take it the best. Yeah. So usually people take it very badly because they think it's personal. I mean, it's yes, it's something that they did, but it's not. I don't say you're an asshole. I just say there's a rule, and your posts violate this rule, please. And if there are two people doing the same, I have to pick one, or sometimes I pick both.
You did pick both of us.
Yeah, sometimes I pick both because when and it's just because I am straight and strict. If I say so, I do so. If I wouldn't do so as I say, no one would believe me anymore.
No, and it clearly didn't affect how things were going to work out with me and MaizePlus.
Yeah, and
the farming agency.
Yeah, and with because it was I didn't try to attack you. I just tried to make a point.
Yeah.
And if you are tolerating stuff too long, people don't react anymore. Anymore afterwards. Yeah, because he will say, but he won't do anything. And when I'm giving a warning, when I'm giving a fair shot, I will react afterwards. It's the same with people. With the same with Deutzi. Wenn du willst, dann join drauf. Dann auch wenn du so blöd den Anhänger hingestellt hast. When I give a warning in the chat and someone is doing stupid comments or something like that, I tell them, okay, you have now one more chance to do a good and well thought comment. If you don't, you will leave.
Yeah.
I think a fair warning is always okay. And sometimes people don't know the rules. Maybe. I mean, I got only basic rules. Don't be an asshole. If you forget about it and you hop into a chat just to be the one shiny one that is with the coolest saying or whatever, I don't care. I really don't care. I want to have people having fun in the chat. I want them to listen. I want them to understand what's going on. And if people try to distract from that and they don't obey the rules, the small rules that I have, they have to go.
Yeah. And it's not difficult to ask a polite, sensible question and respond politely to the answers.
Yeah.
And yeah, the MaizePlus Discord is much quieter than it used to be, and there used to be a lot of people in there who would ask, very and repetitive and frustrating things, and they'd ask the same thing over and over again. And I think it created a more helpful community when they were weeded out.
Yeah. And I mean, for example, Modelleicher told me, yeah, I don't like it that your Discord is so quiet and all that stuff. People are afraid of asking. And I said, no, they are not afraid of asking. Only those who are shitty in their head, because they try to be disturbing with stupid questions and all that stuff that are answered 1,000 times. I really like more people posting food pictures instead of having
stupid
this
questions.
Yeah. So
yeah.
But that means that you can be sure of, when you go on my Discord and ask a reasonable question, you will get an answer.
And you'll probably get quite a lot of help and support, and people actually interested in helping you and answering you.
Because I had not only to deal with these stupid questions, I also had to deal with people who try to backseat moderate that. And when there's a stupid question, you will get a stupid answer from someone else that will cause a reaction from another one, and you have chaos. And this is what I'm trying to avoid. Yeah, this is why I'm straight with no backseat moderation. If someone is asking a decent question and he's making the effort to make a good sentence and all that stuff, please answer kindly and politely, because you don't know where he's coming from. Not everybody is in the modding community for 10 years. Not everybody is playing since FS11. Not everybody knows stuff, because before FS19, or with the start of FS19, I was the one asking stupid questions. I had no idea how fruits came into the map or stuff like that.
Also, not everyone has, a lot of people rely on Google Translate to ask those questions in English. And unless you can answer their question in their native language fluently, don't criticize the fact they've used Google Translate.
Yeah.
It'll get them close enough that you can understand the question if you put a bit of thought into what's written. That is a real pet hate on some of the Facebook groups. Someone clearly doesn't have English as their first language. They've used Google Translate to ask a question, and someone will come along and say, well, that's not even a proper English.
Yeah.
Like, well, you answer them in, German, French, Italian, whatever other language they speak.
This is because people are so good in pointing out and punching downwards.
Yeah.
And it happened to me the same. I mean,
we've spoken about that on when you were streaming with the Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had after 2 hours of stream, I had to I had to excuse me for having to Google one word. I mean, I could have easily said, well, maybe I am too stupid for knowing this one word, but you guys were too stupid to explain it to me when I'm asking in German, right? So it's really, I don't know what people take from some things.
One thing that really has frustrated me in the past with making tutorial videos, people asking on a video a question that's answered in the video, and they can't be bothered to spend 5 minutes watching the tutorial video. It's the same as people won't come and ask a well-formulated question and then wait for a respectful answer. You'll post a video about something and they'll say, well, how do I do this? It's like, well, watch the video. It tells you. Like, just answer. No. I've taken the time to explain it properly in the video. Go and watch it rather than commenting on the video.
Yeah, if people reply with, well, I'm too lazy to watch the video, then why should I explain?
I'm too lazy to answer.
Yeah. you tested the sausage making silage. Ask this. Yeah, the X wrapper. Yeah, the X wrappers are running with MaizePlus.
Well, I was using the X wrapper on the multiplayer server that Quacker and I had for a bit, and it completely broke my save when I just made grass silage bales with it. To the point where I had to go in and edit the save and delete all of the silage sausage manually.
In vanilla or what? It broke?
Yeah, in base game. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people thought that we were too lazy to implement the X wrappers in FS19, but I can tell you that much: if Rakeen tells you it was a pain in the ass with seasons, please don't touch them.
Yeah.
You don't touch them.
Yeah, no, this is base game FS22. I think basically anyone who tried to join the game got stuck at 99% loading. And it was only when I deleted every one of the extracted bales did it work.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a good point. There are two things we have to check. We still have an issue with the 150 round bales. I think BGO did not update the fill types correctly. But at the moment BGO is really has private issues a lot, so this is something that he has to look after. And there's no particle system now when I'm using. There's no particles on the belt coming. I don't know where it went to. I think this is something that came with the patch, because before the patch this worked well.
Was that for the feeder wagon coming out of the?
Yeah. I'm not sure why it's gone, but before the patch it worked. Maybe there's something with the motion path. We have to check again. I didn't see that the other day. I think it worked the other day. I got it.
The small bale stacks.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
You can bale them yourself. It will be basically a little bit of unrealistic feature. You can bale with the small baler, the small grass bales. Then you can stack them to one big stack, and then you can wrap them with the wrapper. But wrapping is a shader, and it's written in the shader, so it will wrap around the whole bale, but it will only show you the small bales wrapped, not the whole as a package. Because Giants already has the small bales as silage bales in the game, not in use, but in the game. So we cannot avoid to being, 14 single packages within the big stack. But if you open the stack up, you can pick up every bale singly. So yes, it works. The wrapping is not totally realistic, but it works, and you can make a use case of it.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if that was still a feature that you were including, which is why I left it for you to answer.
Root crop storage has also lost conveyor animation. Okay.
That makes it sound like it's an update issue rather than a U issue.
Yeah, I think I probably know then already why. Because we had to do something to make it work because of an issue in the game. It was not well scripted and not working as intended.
then maybe they fixed that, and you need to undo your workaround.
Yeah, and maybe we just have to unfix our stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a point more for Modelleicher to do. Oh, he will be so happy about it.
Nobody mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I guess you have to add in lots of different animation textures to account for the different fill types going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally it should work via XML, but it does not even work with every fill plane. The motion paths are different. If you want to have a specific one, you have to make it and edit it and all that stuff. So it's I think it's not that hard to do, but we have to do it then. But it's interesting to know. I didn't know that. I didn't notice it. I'm not sure.
I think some of those things you quite often don't notice for a little while when you do those when games update.
Yeah, and this is
because it's quite a subtle feature.
Yeah, and this is why you cannot say, okay, yesterday the patch didn't break anything. Tomorrow we send it to ModHub. I mean, we are not without any reason that careful with not being too fast on ModHub. Just imagine we had released before the patch, and every patch had an impact, and we had to update everything continuously. Oh no, that would be no.
Yeah.
No.
That would not be good.
Just no. Just simply no.
Yeah. Apart from the the fact that most people don't like mod updates, the amount of extra work it creates for you guys actually creating the mod, that's just not good.
Well, I really. Oh, where did I miss? Oh, dang it! You see, live on stream, I messed up the mixture. I totally forgot the maize fermented. Chopped maize fermented, so there will be no mixture here.
Even the experts can get it wrong.
Yeah, this is working and talking. This is and being old. I don't.
There are certain jobs when I'm recording videos where I completely stop talking because I can't talk and do some things at the same time.
Let's see if we get there where we have to go. Et voila. Here we go. You see, you can fix it easily. You just have to be willing to. No, this is not necessarily multitasking. It is, I'm trying to make a complex mixture for you guys in the stream, but normally I would just take grass and maize silage to fill it up, because for me at the moment the complicated mixture is not that relevant. For me, it's now necessarily relevant how much food do they take, because we have to adjust it, and that was clearly just being out of my regular workflow, because I would have put in maize first, then grass silage, and then the rest, and I did quite the opposite. So it's only for you guys.
You're putting in that extra effort just for us.
Yes, but now I have to go to put some extra in the. I'll be back in a sec. Please entertain them.
Insert relaxing jazz music now. It's interesting what's happening with the head tracker. Anyone know any jokes? I'm definitely not going to sing. That is not going to happen.
I'm back. What, 5 fill types he has?
Yeah, I asked if anyone knew any jokes because I'm not very good at filling the space.
What?
when you abandon me.
What do you get from a nervous cow?
Oh, no. Can I ban him before he answers?
But I want to know.
What do you get from a nervous cow?
Oh god, okay, there's the answer. Ooh, that's a bad one.
That's a really... It's yeah.
Should have let me ban him.
You should have shaken him. I don't know what we will have gotten from him then after you shook him.
This is what I have to put up with every single day.
With the milkshake?
With the really bad jokes.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You're from Great Britain. You have 2 types. No, I would say 3 types of jokes. Really, the ones that only your best mates get.
Yeah.
The ones that offend so many because people are too stupid to understand what you're saying. And the polite ones. And they are not that many. As I said before, I watched the 2 specials from Ricky Gervais on Netflix yesterday. And I really thought that was a bad idea to watch it before the English stream. Because most people who can punch can't take it if you punch back, right?
Yeah.
And with the people I talked about with you earlier, with so it's really I don't know. Milkshake. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So now I can tell you, normally I would go straight to the maize, to the chopped maize fermented, because I'm doing not maize based feeding, so there is not the most of the maize silage in there.
So you just put 10% in to get the minimum?
Yeah, 10-15%, but for example, Rainer uses much more.
Not anymore, because I'm short.
Yeah, I mean, but you made the mixture with much more maize in it, and I made the mixer wagon volume so that you can put in here these green maize bales, 1 and 3 of the grass bales, and you got the mixture for the testing and for the fast feeding. But this maize silage, what is lying there on the ground, was in the bunker silo in here before. There was another one, but it was stuck. It was stuck, and I thought maybe with the patch I can reopen it, but I couldn't. So I just got out everything that I could and then deleted the rest. It was around about 80,000 liters of maize.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, and only the little bit what is lying there was left.
It's obviously a bad batch.
Yeah. And I'm really hoping for when MaizePlus is out and we don't have to do these sleep feeding, sleep feeding stuff anymore, that I really can get into the feeding a little bit more, because I really like changing the recipe and feeding different mixtures. But for now, it's only the one mixture that is on maize and grass only.
Yeah.
So to make it fast, I even rented the big mixer wagon with I don't know, 30,000 liters to feed after the sleeping every cow before the stream, and then afterwards, after the stream, I had to feed again. It was 120,000 liters per mixture.
Yeah, that's a lot of feed, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
I think at that point, if I was just testing feed volume, I'd just have a silo that dispensed TMR for free.
Yeah, but it is not only testing how much they feed. You have to know how much is the liters per square meter with the grass setting that we have.
Yeah.
Does it fit?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's and this is what I mean. It's so much that is relying on each other. This is why I have so many different pastures. This is why we have different farms, and this is why I completely sold the pigs and sheep, because I don't care for them at all anymore, because it would make it too complex for me to test.
Yeah.
That means if people are into the feeding of them, they really have to make their own recipe changes or animal overrides and share it with the community. Or you can do it if you want to.
Yeah, duck.
Yeah, I will probably have a look at stuff like that. What I'm curious about, and I've not asked or not delved into yet, is whether the changes in MaizePlus let you change things like how many piglets a pig has.
This is another point that we have to look into. Good point, by the way. We possibly could change the age when they get piggies or calves or whatever. I haven't had a look. I'm not sure if we printed it all out and he only gave me the basics, or if he didn't print all out and only printed out the basics. So
yeah, I'm not sure where it sits in the data as to whether it's part of what you access or not.
Yeah, it's in the dollar data anyway, so you have to print out the tables. This is what we did to do it, but I'm not sure if the amount is if we can do it. But
no, I guess you could change how often, maybe.
Yeah, but with keep in mind with Terra Life, we want to change the whole animal system anyways. So
yeah,
getting now too deep into this stuff would make it even last further and further with the MaizePlus release.
Yeah.
It would take.
No, it wasn't a can you add this in?
No. I know. I understand. It was just the explaining why we didn't have a look into it, because we have the things that we had in FS19, so that people feel a little bit comfortable with knowing the feeding a little bit, and the XMLs. But getting to change it the way we want it to have, we'll have a deep dive, and for that we have to look into it anyways, right?
Yeah.
So
when I ever eventually get my hands on MaizePlus, I'll have a look and I'll see if I can do it.
Yeah. The plan was Sam having the stuff in, because tomorrow is the 2 weeks window that I gave after the team meeting for several actions they had to take, but one being not even at home, only being with a laptop, and I do not mean you. We have another one.
But I am away from home with.
Yeah, I know.
Do everything on a laptop, so.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You are not the one that I'm talking to,
no.
but the one who is necessarily or necessary for stuff. He's away, and with Modelleicher not doing it, so yeah, I can tell you today that tomorrow will not be the day where you receive the MaizePlus version. So unfortunately, because it was planned that way. But yeah.
hopefully it's okay to say I think we might end up doing some stuff together once
Yeah.
MaizePlus is available.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to. I mean, you're basically part of my heart and the team. So yes, sure.
Yeah.
That was the plan of it.
And it wouldn't have worked this week because my hotel internet blocks multiplayer games, which is great fun.
No, really.
Yeah. It's very weird internet. If I test the speed of it, I get 180 megabytes up and down.
Yeah.
If I try and upload a video, that disappears to about 10. And if I try and connect to a FarmSim multiplayer game, I get told I don't have an internet connection.
Oh. Florian boy.
So thankfully I go home tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope next week will be a much better week. That something cleared out. I mean, with me having itched my back yesterday.
Yeah.
Was just the sign of just stay calm. Don't do anything.
No, it was a sign you're getting old.
No. Yesterday I was shopping very late, and I had to do the biomass heater afterwards, right? So.
And you didn't want to load up the biomass heater. We get it.
No, I came past 5 back home, and that meant with being at least at 6 p.m. being on the server, I only had three-quarters of an hour for doing the biomass heater and all that stuff. And so I was very, very late, and I was in a hurry, and I picked the trolley, and I stepped with 1 foot below the cable and with 1 foot above the cable, and I completely fell to the ground with the trolley. Tried to save it because there were eggs in it, and with this turning of my back, I completely got, in German we say, a guten alten Hexenschuss.
Definitely. I agree.
A witch shot.
Wenn du jetzt eine Frau wärst, hätte ich gesagt, die schießen nicht auf eigenes Personal, aber...
The Witcher, yeah, maybe. No, it was really not funny, because 20 years back I would have fallen on my feet like a cat, and now, yeah. No, so that was a sign that this week we will do not that much, but
chickens.
At one point we have to, but at the moment, I mean, when we are 1 week further on this map here, we will have a lot to do. We will have.
I hope you have good insurance on your tractors, because I apparently like to crash a lot.
You like to crash a lot?
Yeah.
Explain to me.
I crash tractors a lot when I play Farm Sim.
Yeah, but explain how.
I'm not very good at driving tractors.
I know. I know.
I blame it entirely on the fact that I play on keyboard, and the keyboard steering on Farm Sim is not very good.
Well, the other guy in here is playing with keyboard too. Even he has everything he needs, but he has not the space for it. So he's a decent driver.
So he understands. He understands my pain.
No, he's a decent driver. And me with having been in the FSL where you only have to drive with keyboard and mouse, I don't understand either.
I'm just a bad driver, and part of the problem is, yes, I tried to drive too fast.
But now I'm getting why you're running that often.
Yeah.
You're just a bad driver.
Yeah. When I eventually get on there, I'll drive nice and slowly and sensibly and realistically.
Yeah, this is something that is really lagging sometimes.
Or I'll bring a good insurance policy with me.
Because Robert, Bull, He's still playing FSL, and he's more of the as fast as possible driver. And he really had to learn to calm down a little bit. He's every time now asking, how fast can I go? And he really does it really well. He really does it the way it has to be. But with Moppy82 now being in the team, he's driving with controllers. He's exactly the same. Only he only knows 0 or 100 gas.
Yeah.
And
are there other settings?
Yeah, and this is a problem when you're playing with Modelleicher, or me or Rainer or Deutzi. We love to play a little bit more realistic, that you are not taking a corner with 40 kilometers per hour or stuff like that.
I might have to do some practicing on my own.
Yeah, or we will invite you on the server, and you have to learn to drive on the right side. This has a double meaning, hasn't it?
Yeah, the right side or the correct side.
Yeah.
You drive on the right side of the road. We drive on the correct side of the road.
I don't think so.
Nothing but comedy can come out of that.
Yeah, this is. I mean, really. I mean, I really respect you guys driving on the left side, because it doesn't bother me. What bothers me is someone over the pond still not knowing how to calculate in decimal, or how is it called in
metric unit.
Yeah, metric unit, right?
Yeah.
So you see, drive on the left side as much as you want, as long you are not one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I can work in metric and freedom units.
But we both sit in the middle of the tractor. Yeah, that's correct.
I don't know why we drive on the left side of the road. It's a very good question. Someone will tell us, I'm sure.
I mean, there has to be a reason. It's
Yeah.
Who is it? It's Australia, Great Britain, China.
I'm waiting for the answer to come up in chat. Save me going to Google it.
I hope the author of the answer is not Ricky Gervais.
If he is, that means Ricky Gervais is a channel member on my YouTube channel. So,
you think?
Yeah, because I can't say his name very well. Turanian Modding is a member of my YouTube channel.
I meant if he's Googling it, and on Google the author is Ricky Gervais. That's what I meant.
That would be
hilarious.
That would be even more of a ridiculous scenario.
You know, there's one thing. I mean, I made a mistake back in the days. I wanted to be polite, and please don't take it personal or any way. I wanted to be polite, and I said to my English battlefield companions, I said, "God save the Queen." It was really misspoken. It was not meant that way, and it was so. I'm so sorry for it, but they took it very well. It was a lot of laughter, and no, she's too old, and with all respect and all that, but never ever be in an English in an American stream and say, "Thank God I'm atheist." They don't take it that well, to be honest.
No, I can imagine they don't. I can imagine that they don't. They do not like their religion jokes, do they? So it's so that when we're driving in our cars, we can draw our swords with our right hand and defend ourselves. Makes perfect sense.
I think it's a little bit picky, isn't it? When I grew up, I learned to use the hammer on the left hand, on the right hand, the shovel, the sword, everything. I can use both.
Yeah, but that wasn't quite in medieval times, was it? You're not quite that old.
Yeah, no, not yet. But it makes totally sense.
Yeah, there are a whole lot. It's the same reason that in, pretty sure it's the case in England, when you get married in a church, the groom stands so that his right hand is free, so that for the same reason he can draw his sword to defend his bride.
Oh.
And I think castle staircases are built the same way, so that if you're coming down the staircase,
Always in the middle. Because
in your right hand, you can still.
We have it in Germany too. We have it in Germany. I mean, I'm living on a castle.
So why do you drive on the wrong side of the road?
Because we are both-handed. to attack you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh.
Well, attacking Britain didn't work out that good in the past.
No,
we should probably not go there.
No, I mean, I wanted to make a joke, but I think it gets lost in translation because I don't know the funny English word for it. I wanted to say I hold my sword, my sword in the right hand and give you a shell with the left hand, but I don't know what does it mean to slap someone on the cheek. When I slap in your face.
Yeah.
Is there a funny word for it?
Not that I can think of.
Because it's not funny.
Because because it's been a very long day.
So it's the right hand. I'm using the right hand and slapping you with the left hand. No, but I'm living on a castle and it's built 1377, I think, something like that is standing there, and the staircases are all the same way. But now it makes totally sense. Why I totally get it. But I mean, back in the days, the knights were very small, so they couldn't reach far out anyway. So,
and they'd never be able to reach out of the car window with all that armor on. Would they? That's never going to work.
Just imagine, Rainer.
Yes.
Can you have a short look at the stream, please? So I don't forget to
try.
I tried to change the material on this red, whatever it is called here. Can I give you this trailer? Can you have a look at this trailer and please tell me where to find it and which color code I have to change to make it black or in this chrome green? Because I have it on the here it's fitting, here it's fitting, here it's not fitting, here it's also here it's black. I think this is the only one. I have it as a separate piece. I imported it into the trailer, but I couldn't find the material. When I'm looking under with fender, and I'm changing the material, the whole fender changes the material.
It's the Krone one.
And the Chrome one, and with the Agroliner blue, the blue one. I got the green and the blue ones. And the one is called blue double and tri-axle. They have black undercarriage, and there's also with red on it. It's just a small detail, but it's bothering me, to be honest, to have everywhere this red. And I couldn't find it. I tried to change it. Best would be it could be implemented in the color changing. But I don't know where to look, and if you could show me that would be really helpful. Armor gleich Volvo. Armor means Volvo. So this is why they drive on the right side, on the correct right side, right?
No, the right side, not the correct side.
I mean the Vikings are always on the right side, on the correct side. Paul wanted pink. No. I just want to have it color matching. It's really annoying. and I'm not that fluent in those things, but Rainer is really good at it because he doesn't use the material copy script that Modelleicher uses, so he knows more than I do, than he does. Yeah, with MaizePlus, so to say, I still can't say when it will be to testing, as you maybe figured out now. We're waiting for Mr. Modelleicher to get in the pushen. Hottie TV. I really can't say anything about it. I want to have it out 3 months ago, but now with having to look into the motion path again, we have 1 point more, and there was another one. Can you remember?
No.
It was the grassland subsoiler. It is the pickup for the forage harvesters.
Yeah.
It was the cleaning up of the Stademill, and now with the motion path. Oh yeah, with the X wrappers. But this is something where a BGO has to look into. With the X wrappers giving out the wrong fill types. We have in the 1 meter 30 bales, all is fine. In the 150 it doesn't fit. And I think probably in the 180 it will fit neither. And there's another interesting thing. In multiplayer, you can separate the X-Wrapper square bale tubes. And they are named differently. They are named X-Wrapper singles or something like that.
Yep.
It's
That's what I was seeing in my game that broke when I used it.
Yeah. So there seems to be an issue with the X wrapper, anyways.
Yeah, there's two types. I think the X wrapper has two types of bale. It has the big sausage, and it has the bales when you separate them off. And I think that the problem that I might have had with my game is they got a bit confused as to which were separate and which were connected.
So,
even though it was, but I did create a rather long, impressive sausage.
Yeah.
That sounded wrong.
Yeah. That was not the correct side. Just imagine a knight would cut the rather long sausage.
Yep. And make it an appropriate length sausage.
Yeah. Never cut your sausage.
Or make it too long.
Or make it too long. Not if you're sitting. No, that's so wrong. That's so wrong. Yeah, we are still working on some new partners, collaborations, to get some brandings, not for new stuff, but for stuff that we have. So this is where we have the main focus, and we are working on getting collaborations with people out there who are maybe a 1 or 2 man army and doing for themselves and are interested in the whole MaizePlus stuff, and maybe we can get them also to us to give a little bit help to Rainer, but with Dazed for sure. I'm really looking into it and looking forward to it, to have him here, and the other one we spoke about, so that we can really cater properly the English community with less mistranslations and stuff like that.
And I think the stuff that Dazed has done fits really well with MaizePlus, doesn't it? With the waste potatoes and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that we had planned anyways, but with being focused on the basics first. Of course, there are people out there faster with stuff, but to avoid conflicts later on, it's better to start working together early. And I'm never that type of guy who says that was my idea, now it belongs to us. It will always stay the idea with the guy who invented it, even if we had it earlier but not released. I don't care. The one who is doing it, getting the credits and all that stuff. For me, only counts that it works properly together.
Yeah.
And I had a very bad experience with stuff in FS19 where someone first he didn't do anything, then he reacted, and then he overreacted in a couple of days. He just made everything different to what I told him to do to make it work. And then we had to make some fixes, and then he had to update it again. It had something to do with the sugar beet, if you remember.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the super feed.
Yeah.
And so this am I trying to avoid now completely, because Terra Life will be more or less a very, very small ecosystem compared to the 100 plus maps from Horse Extension. That means there will be no MaizePlus needed, no separate MaizePlus. All will build in the maps, and all will be working properly with the necessary mods from others, of course. But everything that is depending on the feeding, the groundwork, the crops and all that stuff should be as close as possible to us. So Hottie TV, for example, is one guy who's working on the smaller onion, carrot and potato harvesters. And he's also building stuff, and his buddy is building maps. And so I try to get in a collab with them too, so that we can make a package that is out there and working and flawlessly working with most of the interests covered. We won't care for Production Simulator 2.0.
Oh.
Only
I can't have my strawberry jam.
Your what?
Strawberry jam that comes out of cows.
What? No, you
Productions are the best bit of FS22.
Yeah, totally. No, we will have productions, of course, too, but only the way you would see it from a perspective of a farmer.
Yeah.
Not that you have to sell your whatever canola and have to deliver diesel or something else, or water to get the rape cake out of it. No, it will all make sense in this use case. And yeah, with the furniture production and all the other stuff, I don't think that people who are interested in this depth of realism will be interested anyways in our stuff.
Yeah.
I mean the other way around. People who are interested in our depth of realism are not interested in the other productions. And if they are, they have to figure out on how to do it. And yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an ecosystem that's focused around a realistic type of farming, not a diverse arcade game that's built to cover many different ways of trying to play the game.
Yeah, we are not trying to get 10 million downloads with it. Of course, we are happy when we get downloads on it to show that shows. On the other hand, giants, people have interest in it, but mainly the focus is we want to play with it. We want to build it the way we want to play with it, and if people like it, it's even better. And it seems that a lot of people like it and are waiting for it, and that makes us kind of proud. But it's not the engine that drives us around to just now we have the most popular mod or whatever. Blah blah. This is not the intention on it.
Yeah.
And this is what means that it can take time, and it will take time, and it took already time, right?
Yeah, the goal is to create a way of playing of how you want to play.
Yeah.
And the fact that it becomes a popular mod is a complete side effect.
Yeah. For me, it's more than an honor that companies that I know since decades are interested in being presented by us in this way. Yes, you could just put them in there and they have their name sign in there, and but if you really can play and work with this named mod or play type or whatever, the way it is in reality, it really makes me proud too.
Yeah, and DSV is a brilliant example of that, isn't it? How they're actually interested in what you're doing with this.
Yeah. One thing that really bothers me a lot is not knowing if Farm Sim will stay for 3 or 4 years.
Because of the time it takes to develop mods like this.
I was really
Enthusiastic?
Thank you. At the beginning, but when you are 6 or 7 months into the new game and you still haven't released step 1, and you have so many brick walls or concrete walls in front of you for step 2, I see it with myself. I'm really starting to get I don't know, sad. No, it's not. Less motivated is also not right. Yeah, it's also not right. It's not less motivated, but it's another approach on the topic, right? And then not knowing how long the FS will stay, and maybe we will only achieve again a half year before the new FS comes out, our goal, and we have still only half of a year to play with it, and it really makes no fun being always the finished, next FS is here, okay, start over again, making finished, next FS. This is not why we are doing it. We are not doing it for, I think we would all not mod if we didn't want to play with it.
Yeah.
Or do you, Rainer? Are you just modding for the modding purpose?
Nope.
This is if Rainer has something to do, if I tell him please do this, it can take 3, 4, 5 weeks. If we are on a game save and he has an idea for his farm, it takes 2 hours. So, and this is the motivation that we need. If we see we can play with the stuff that we are doing immediately or shortly, afterwards, it makes fun and we are motivated. But if you have something where you say, it will at least take 2 months, 3 months, you really get into this. Why am I doing this?
It's harder to maintain the motivation for, so you've been working at this for 6 months, and maintaining that motivation and momentum gets more difficult. Particularly as you're very, very close to the finish line and it just keeps edging away from you.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Andreas, grüße dich, Südeifel Agrar. Nicht, dass ich den überlese hier. No, it's really, and sometimes people don't get it. They really they are demanding on and now, and we want to, and the best example is Modelleicher had his Deutz 6.61. I think it was the Deutz. No, it was something else. No, it was the Rainer. What did he release as a beta to Christmas?
The 661. Yeah.
Yeah. So he people were demanding on him. He wanted to bring it to ModHub before Christmas, but he didn't get it right. And he said, okay, okay, I will release as a surprise a beta version of it. Yeah, so you can at least play on Christmas with it. He received such a backlash. That mod was crappy and whatever. How could you do? And he said, yeah, it's a beta mod. I don't care. And this is something where you have to think about: do you release something as a beta and people are really complaining about it because they don't know why?
Yeah.
Or are you explaining that it's still in beta status, that you cannot release it because of the issues, and people won't understand that either?
Yep.
So what to do?
You wait and release it when you've got something that you're confident with.
Or trying to run for 160 kilometers
Yeah,
to avoid the topic.
You just try and run away from it
Yeah.
as far as you can. All those problems go away after about 14 hours because everything hurts so much that you don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
Really, it was the longest probably that I have been disconnected from the internet in a very long time.
Yeah.
It was quite nice from that perspective.
Yeah. When I was 1 week in the vacation in France, I was not checking my social media for, I think, 1 day. And after that, I was really angry about myself that I did. Because you really feel how it distracts you from
Life.
Yeah, not from life, from relaxing.
Yeah.
Constantly. I mean, when I was a forest contractor, I had to be available every time, and I was. And then I was working at this farm here, and 2 days a week in another company, and I had to be available every time. When I switched off my mobile, I got the saddest messages, the angriest messages, why I'm not available. Same with my ex-wife. And the good thing is, when I drove into the Eifel to buy hay, I exactly knew where the dead zones were for the mobile. And
you could park in them.
yeah, no, it was just I knew when I was driving for 20 minutes, I reached the first. So, and 40 minutes later, I was in the second. And when she called and annoyed me, then I pick up the phone and I said, yeah, so what? No. And switched it off.
Yeah.
So, and then I bought a very old Nokia mobile with no internet, and it was really distressing and relaxing.
Yeah.
Having it. And people said, why I wrote you WhatsApp. I said, there's no WhatsApp on it. Yeah, I wrote you on Facebook. I said, if you want to talk to me, call me or write an SMS. SMS, nobody does it anymore. I said, yeah, if you want to talk to me, do it, or it's not that important.
Yeah. I'm very bad at that, at not disconnecting from things.
Me too.
It's really hard sometimes when, when you do this kind of thing and you've got, even, I've got a very small community, it's very hard to I'll just check Discord quickly, make sure there's nothing on there that I need to look at. I'll just check my YouTube video comments.
Just sorry, but Rainer? Herr Rainer?
Yes?
It's nice that you fixed it already, but now you have to explain where. Please. I mean, you don't have to do it now, but afterwards, after the stream, please explain it shortly to me, because this is something that I couldn't figure out, and I want to learn. I want to get better with stuff like that. But thank you. And I have to reproduce it for the other trailers. So, but I think we will wrap it up here, because except of feeding, there's nothing more to do at the moment. I don't know what I will do tomorrow. Maybe we sleep tomorrow again to get into the next month, and then we have for Friday, Saturday, Sunday a lot to do. And then probably on Monday when Robert is streaming, we I don't know, but yeah. Guys, thank you for tuning in, for watching, for supporting, for liking it. If you like the stream, please leave a like and a subscribe if you don't have to do otherwise. If you have to say, no, Alien Paul, I don't follow him. It was an accident that I watched this video.
I've watched 3.5 hours of him streaming, but I'm not going to like his video.
Yeah, please leave me a like. It really helps to support the channel and to help jumpstart the YouTube algorithm, who's really a nasty bitch. Who's itchy, I wanted to say. If you have any questions, write it in the comment section or in the Discord. I will answer as good as I can, and Disturb, of course, will too. And guys, we wrap it up. Thank you, Rainer, for being here.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Thank you, Disturb, for being here.
Night all.
And nighty night. And I'll be back.